North Carolina didn't go as planned, so I loaded up and made the long haul to Iowa. Will the piece of ground and farm I bought pay off, or will we return home? Find out in today's video. So we've come down to the Prairie State Tractor. We are a new farmer in Tahiti, Iowa. We actually bought a little bit of ground and built up a place quite a little while ago, but we finally just kind of got our tractors in from where we were at, and basically we got our first tractor fully fixed. The rest are back at the home farm, but we got the 4230 in the shop. And the dealer, Tristan, he got this done, so it is all ready to go. We're going to go ahead and load this up. We have to go stop, get some gas, and then eat some breakfast. So we'll go ahead and head on down there. Alright, so we're in the tractor. It looks, beautiful as ever. So we're going to go ahead and load this thing up on the back of the gooseneck. So now that we've got the 4230 fully loaded up on our gooseneck, we're going to strap it down, load everything up, and head into town. Alright, we've got our truck fully started up, everything strapped down. We did a little DOT check and inspection on it to make sure everything was road ready. And now we're basically going to take it back into town, go get some gas, and then shortly after we will head back to the farm to go over what we'll do next. So we're finally in the town. As you can tell, it's quite a nice town. We've got a little tractor supply, quite a few places to eat, and a lot of things to help buy everyday things. And then we also have our Casey's. So we're going to go ahead and pull up to this Casey's and get in some gas. So now we're here at Casey's, and we are basically going to fill up the truck because we're running pretty low. And once we get this all done, we'll head back to the farm. But I did hear about a good breakfast spot that I may be able to, go to and get some good breakfast. But, it looks like, I don't know, it looks like another farmer may be pulling in. Maybe we can go and talk to him and get some insight on the area.
Dang, 4230? I haven't saw one of them in forever. Dang.
What's up?
Nice.
You checking my tractor out there?
Yeah, that's a nice tractor. I almost saw one of them for years.
Thank you. Yeah,
How many hours has it got on it?
It's low, we'll say that. But I just
Really?
I just moved in. We're from North Carolina, and we ended up buying a piece of ground and built some stuff on it, and we're gonna start farming here. So maybe we'll see you around. Where are you located at in town?
I'm just outside of town, quite a ways. Going out by the dealer. Have you been?
Yeah.
Have you been out by the dealer
Yep.
yet?
We've been out by the dealer.
Yeah. I just keep going out there a ways. Can't think of who used to own that property out there. Oh, are you next to that pond at that place down there on that gravel road?
Yep. That's where we recently just moved in and built everything at.
Yeah, if you just keep following that road a few miles, my farm's just right up there.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, I'm going to go ahead and get going, but if you ever need anything, you guys can call me, and I'm sure I'll be stopping by to get some fertilizer and stuff from you, too.
Yeah,
Alrighty.
stop by anytime. Just ring me up, and I'm more than happy to give you whatever you need, dude.
All right, thank you, guys.
Alrighty, well, we'll see you later.
We'll see you. So, those are some pretty nice guys. We met the local co-op guy, and then we met our local farmer over here. So, if we ever need anything, we should be able to, give them a ring, and I think we'll be able to find what we're looking for. So now that we've met the local farmer and the co-op guy, I mean, that's really helpful. We were going to get in contact eventually with those guys, but we just happened to run into them at the Casey's, so that makes everything a lot easier for me. And yeah, I'm really glad that I ran into those guys. So now that we're done with that, we are going to head back to the farm and go over a few things and our plans as well. So that other guy that we met back at the gas station, he said he lived kind of right just down the road from us, so we might end up stopping by to him and speaking to him later. But yeah, basically, so... Oh, what's that? Looks like Kilbro's grain wagon. I'm going to go over here and pull in and see if it's got a for sale sign on it or anything else. So we got out of the F-350 over here, and we're basically just going to take a look at this. Yeah, it does say it's for sale. It's about $1,200, which that's actually pretty insane for this because it looks like it's in really good condition. Looks like it holds about 390 bushel, I really think this might be something we might come back and give the phone number a call on here and, you know, take a look at and maybe even buy it, because we did bring one of these from North Carolina. So, yeah, I think we're going to go ahead, give him a call later, and then we'll see what we can do. So, you know, the co-op guy seemed easy enough. I heard him over talking with the other farmer, and he did say he had Pioneer corn, which is what we're running. We did bring a pallet down, but I don't think it's enough for the land that we bought, so we're going to go ahead and ring him up in the near future to get some more seed, because we only have one pallet, and that's not getting this big field done. Well, here's home sweet home to us. This is where we recently built this house, and we built the farm up. We've been working at it for a while now. We knew we were going to make the move, but nonetheless, we'll get out and show you a little farm tour. So we hopped out of the Ford, and we're going to go ahead, unbind the straps, and unload this tractor, and then give you a really quick rundown on this farm. So we're up in the tractor, and basically we're going to go ahead, start this up, and back it off the trailer. So we went ahead and backed the 4230 off of the trailer, and we're going to go ahead, get the trailer unattached, put it in the Quonset hut, and we'll put the tractor in the other shed, and then we'll get on with the farm tour. So we went ahead and took the PJ Gooseneck off of our F350 that we've got here. It's going to stay in the Quonset hut for quite some time, I believe, until we go pick up some more seed, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and give the farm tour. So starting us out, you've already seen the PJ Gooseneck, and you've already seen the F350 as well as the other John Deere tractor. So starting us off, for our Kinsey, we are running a 3600. This is going to be our main planter. We did also have this in North Carolina, but we are looking to upgrade a lot of the equipment in the near future. Anywho, moving on. We've got our 4650. This is our main planting tractor. Yeah, a lot of people around in North Carolina absolutely hated these fenders on this tractor, but I think it's a good touch on them. So that's what our planter setup is going to run. Moving over here, we have our 4960 four-wheel drive. This is hooked up to our big John Deere disc. This is what we'll be doing all of our tillage with, and hopefully the 4960 will be pulling 2 gravity wagons from now on. But again, we also have a combine. So what we're looking at here is our New Holland twin rotor TR99. We did have the duals installed on this. It actually didn't always have duals, but right before we moved, we decided it would be a little easier to get around and get a little more, you know, traction on it. So we put that on it, and then coming over here, we have the corn head for it. So this is just your standard New Holland corn head, and then the bean head, they said, would be arriving very soon. So when we come around here, we have some fertilizer storage as well as 2 bins that we're going to be storing everything in. The auger, Tristan said, down at the dealer will be coming in shortly, so we will have to go pick that up and maybe even upgrade some equipment in the near future, but who knows. So now that the grand tour is over, we need to hop up in the 4650 and get to planting. Oh man, that was heavy. We had to dump every single one of those bags. I knew a lot of farmers in North Carolina before we moved to Iowa that had seed tenders. Maybe the dealer might have some around here, but that would be something where we'd have to pick up quite a few more acres to want to purchase one, you know. So nonetheless, let's go ahead and get in here and start planting. Alright, so we're up in the 4650. We got everything fired up. We have our GPS 100%. The green star is good and ready to go. And now basically all we got to do is run out to the field and start planting. Alright, so we got the 4650 backed up. Everything is online and ready to go. We're going to go ahead, go a little distance, and then we are going to check that our depth and everything is set correctly and that everything is working in good measure. Alright, so we've went quite a little bit of feet, so we're going to go ahead and scratch down in the seed trench, making sure that our seed is as deep as we want it. And so far, it's looking as if everything's ready to go. So we're going to go ahead, head back up into this planter, and just get into this field as much as we can. So we've made one pass around the field, and we're going to go ahead and start on our other pass, and then obviously we will start going up and down throughout the field. I don't think we're going to have enough seed to complete this field, so eventually we will have to go and pick some seed up, but until then, we're going to go ahead and jump into planting. So I will say, this soil plant's a lot different in Iowa than it did in North Carolina, and I have to say I am quite the fan. I'm having a lot easier of a time maneuvering in these fields. They're a lot more flat. They seem overall to be a lot more healthy, so we're just going to keep trucking along, and yeah, because this is awesome. Well, I must have spoken too soon because we just had a closing wheel break, and that means we are going to have to make a trip to the tractor dealership because I believe he mentioned they did have Kinsey stuff, so I hope this is a quick turnaround because we really need to get planting finished up. So we're going to go over there and try to grab a part real quick and then come back. So we're going to go ahead and head up to the tractor dealership, go see if Tristan has anything for us, and then hopefully we'll be able to turn this around real fast. Also, I do have good news. In between this, we did have a phone call, and we are now an owner of that Kilbros wagon. So we will go ahead and get our part, and then pick that up and take it back to the farm. So here we are. We're pretty much up to the road that meets to the Prairie State Tractor. We've got the Welcome to Tahitian sign over here. So far, I absolutely love this place. It is absolutely amazing. It's a big upgrade from where we come, and just forever grateful we could make the move here. But as we pull up to Prairie State, I'm really hoping they have what we need. So Tristan actually did have the part that we needed. That is awesome. As you can see, there is Kinsey stuff out there. So he said he regularly carries it. So if we have more planter problems, we'll be able to come down here and, you know, actually get all of our problems solved. So we're going to go ahead, pick up the gravity wagon, and head back home. So as we're heading back, I do notice somebody started cutting over here. So maybe there's another farmer we'll be able to meet at some point. But yeah, it looks like somebody else owns that land. I don't think that was our neighbor who does that. He did mention that he actually only did corn, soybeans, and a few other things. So hopefully we can even meet more farmers throughout, you know, our time in Tahiti. So we're just now pulling up on the Kilbros wagon. We'll go ahead and hook up to this and take it back to the farm so we have extra storage. So we've got the Kilbros wagons fully hooked up. We're right down the road from our house, as you can see, so it's not going to be a long drive and we shouldn't have too many problems. So we'll be able to get it down there in a relatively quickly manner. Alright, so we've made it back to the farm. Our Kilbros wagon is actually still intact, so that is actually really good. Didn't know if it'd make it in one piece with the way the roads are down here. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead, park this around the corner, and head out and fix the planter. So we pulled our F350 out here. We do have the Kilbros wagon is stored in the Quonset hut, and now basically all we're going to do is replace our broken piece so we can get back up and running. Well, that actually was a little bit more of a headache than I thought it would have been. It took us a little longer than I had hoped for, but nonetheless we'll still be able to finish this field by today. So that is always good that we're up and running pretty fast, and we have a new gravity wagon to put grain in. So that's always going to help, and maybe, you know, we might just upgrade in the future. Nonetheless, I'm getting a little hungry, so I think we're going to run back up to the shop or the house and grab a snack so we can continue on planting. Well, we just finished up a bowl of Wheaties here, and now that we're done having a snack, I think we're going to go head back out to the field since we got the planter fixed and finish that field. So while I'm thinking of it, before we get over here, I think at some point we're going to try to widen and or smooth this out, because sometimes it gets a little sketchy, especially when we brought the combine in, you know, those duals, it seemed like it could go off the road real easy. So that might be something in the off season that we fix. Alright, so we're out of the Ford now, and we're coming back to the tractor. Yeah, we did leave it running. I should have probably turned it off, but nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and finish this field. We don't have a whole lot left of this field. We actually just got a call from Tristan while we were making the turn. Basically said our header had arrived, as well as our other gravity wagon. So we're going to go ahead and shut the tractor off. We're going to get out, get in the truck, grab the gooseneck, and hopefully we can bring everything back. So the field that is on our right now is going into corn, and then here in a little bit we'll put some beans in this field. So yeah, we do not have a whole lot of locations yet, but there is quite a bit of land for sale around this area. So we have the PJ hooked up to the 350. Now basically all we're going to do is head into town, pick up our stuff. So I swear one of these days when we get the chance, we will actually finish corn. I know we have been taking quite the time to get this done, as we've had a problem, and then now we have had the option to come pick them up. I thought I'd go ahead and pick these up so I don't forget about it, and we can get everything back. Here we are, we're rolling up. Tristan said that he is on break. One of his employees will get it loaded. He said it's around the corner. There's the Prairie State tractor. I hope we can get our equipment loaded up. Well, Tristan's crew pulled out all the stops because they got the head fully loaded up with pretty much no problem at all. We got this thing strapped down so it's not going anywhere, and the only thing left we'll have to do is to come back and pick up the gravity wagon. Our other gravity wagon just got in a little bit late, that's why we weren't able to get it immediately. But while we're here, we might as well take a look at what they got. They got an 8230, that might be a good addition on down the road when we have the chance. We have an 8100 with the singles. These are pretty fat. I actually kind of like this tractor. And then we have a Kinsey 3600. And it looks like it's set up for liquid fertilizer. That would be something good to put on our planter. I don't think we'd go all out and buy a new one, but it may be something to look into. Tristan did say he had a lot more inventory coming, but Prairie State actually just opened last month, so this dealership is brand new, and because of the demand of everything's selling online before they can get it in, so they're just straight delivering it to the farms. Now that we got that done, we're going to go ahead and head back to the farm and get this unloaded, and hopefully finally finish up on planting. You know, while I'm thinking about it, the co-op is down here, and I don't think it would be half bad to stop in later after we get everything done and maybe get a pallet of seed. I'll have to check how we're doing. Eventually we're going to need some seed because I think we don't have much left. I was thinking though, maybe when we get done with planting, we can run over and maybe exchange a few words with the neighbor and see how he's been getting along with his planting. So we're back at the home sweet home, the good old farm, and I really hope we have a good way to unload this, because I just didn't even think about that. I think we can put it in the low spot and then basically drive the combine up to it and unload it, but nonetheless we'll go ahead and unload this header. Well, I don't even want to begin to explain how difficult that was, and I'm not even going to get into it because, quite frankly, it was about to make me have come apart. But nonetheless, we finally got our header on and delivered, so we'll be able to harvest soybeans and corn. So nonetheless, we're going to go set this by the corn header and then run back up to the planter. Now, while we're on the topic of the headers, Tristan did give me a ring while I was there. He called me and he did say that he noticed I didn't have any header carts, so he gave us a little bit of a discount and threw us an offer, and it's safe to say that we're probably going to take it because I would like to put these in the Quonset hut and get them out of the weather so they can last a lot longer. So since we have to go pick up seed, I'm not going to worry about detaching the trailer from the truck, so we're just going to take us a nice little stroll over to the tractor. We finally made it back up to the 4650 and pretty much ready to truck on along. So as we're planting here, the best decision I ever made was putting Green Star on this thing. I know it's a little bit of an older tractor. The GPS is just absolutely next level for these things. Well, as I was just bragging about new technology and how well it works, our sensor that lets us know how full it is clearly not working. I basically say that because our sensor was not showing us that it was even out, and I thought we could at least make a pass or two. I figured we'd be low, but I didn't know we were that low. Nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and have to grab some seed anyways. So we've gone ahead and moved our 4650 back up to the grass so we can get through here and get the truck in so we can put the seed in the back. Now, I know what you're thinking. We don't have any seeds, so where are we going to get it? Well, we're going to ring up the guy down at the co-op, and hopefully he can get us some seed. We've now arrived at the F350. We gave the guy from the co-op a little phone call. He did answer, and he said he was able to get us 2 pallets of Pioneer seed. That should be enough to finish up this field of corn and then our other field of beans. So we're going to go pick those up. He did say he had somewhere to be, so he left them outside so we can load them up on our own. So once we get there, we're just going to load them up and then come back to the farm. If we're being 100% honest, taking the gooseneck is probably a bit overkill. Always better be prepared than to not be prepared. So if we have a problem and couldn't get them into the back of the truck, it's nice that we have the gooseneck with us. We're close to the co-op. It's pretty nice that it's right next to the granary. This is basically going to help us because we have to haul all of our grain here. So now that we know where it is 100%, that is going to be a lot more helpful to us in bringing our grain into town. Well, we've finally arrived at the co-op, and there's one little problem. We have 2 full pallets of seed, and yeah, his forklift is inside. He's going to be gone for a few hours, and I don't really want to wait around, so we're going to go ahead and just put these on by hand. Oh my goodness gracious. We moved every single one of those seeds by hand, and I am worn out. So we're going to go ahead and take this back to the shop and unload it. Tristan did say that he was getting quite a few things in, and it's been 4 or 5 hours, so I believe he's had a bunch of stuff come in. Yeah, Tristan's definitely had a bunch of deliveries today, so we're going to hop out real fast and take a look around. So last time we were here, he did have the 3600, and, as well as the 8100. He had the 8230, but he didn't have this. What is this? This is an 8100. This is a pretty nice tractor. He's got in 2 Kilbros wagons. Looks like he's got a Parker grain cart. See, we just don't have the land for that yet. A nice Mack semi-truck. That's pretty nice. Well, if we had a lot bigger grain bins, this AGI Westfield would do the trick with this auger. Looks like we've got a Demco low bed, Wilson hopper. We have a 3600 here. It looks like he's got a Kenworth. Couple other tractors. So yeah, he's starting to ramp up his inventory, but wait, what's that? What's in the shop? Huh, that's our Demco 28-foot head. I guess he got it in. I'll have to talk to him, in a little bit about that. But this is the one we ordered for our soybean heads. So soybean head's about 26 foot, so 28. Yeah, this should really work. This will help us a lot with getting the soybean head around. Man, maybe one day we'll be lucky enough to get one of these bad boys. Anywho, that does it here. I don't want to get distracted, so we're going to go ahead and head back to the farm and finish up planting that field. We've made it back to the farm, and there's honestly no sense to go ahead and haul this gooseneck all the way back to the field. And I think that means what's best for us is to probably go ahead and unload these pallets once again, and then put one in the back of the pickup truck and drive it out there. PJ is now unhooked. Our pallet of seed is nicely placed on the ground for our earliest convenience, and our other pallet is sitting in the back of the truck, so we're going to go ahead and drive this out to the field. Alright, we're at the back of the planter now, and all that's left to do is to simply take one by one and dump it in here so we can finish this field. Whew, I swear I've had more of a workout today than I ever have before. We used the entire pallet of seed into this planter. So we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. I'm going to go ahead and drive the truck up just a little bit of ways so it won't be a problem to come back and grab it, and then we'll finish this field up. Well, we're back up in the tractor. We're about to have our GPS set, and now all it's left to do is lower the planter and get on our way. While I'm thinking about it too, we're totally going to have to run up to Tristan's and try to get this sensor fixed, because not knowing when we're almost out of seed is not a good feeling at all. Well, we're currently on our last strip for this field, and then we will move on to soybeans. So when we get done with this, we're going to go ahead, head back up to the shop, and then change the plates from corn to soybeans so we can go ahead and get over in that soybean field. We're pulled back up to the shed now, and all we have to do is go through and change every single one of these and change a little bit of the depth, and then we'll be good to go. While I was about to go get all the tools I needed, Tristan did give me a call and said we could go ahead and stop by the shop and pick up the header trailer. So before we change the discs on that, we're going to go ahead and pick up our header trailer. I think when we get back, we'll actually go ahead and put the soybean head on the header trailer so that we can just go ahead and put it in the Quonset hut and get it out of the upcoming rain that we have. But anywho, we're gonna go ahead and hit on the road, so we will meet you back at the farm once we have the trailer back safe and sound. Well, we've arrived back at the farm for what seems like the 1000th time today. We've done a lot of probably unnecessary back and forth, but my mind's so scatterbrained in planting season that, you know, I just can't keep a hold of everything. So we've got the soybean head loaded up and ready to go. I actually had a quick idea. Instead of just letting the corn head sit out in the rain, I think we're going to pull it into the shed and just put it in the back of the shed. It'll be easier to access when it's ready. So we went ahead and attached the bean header from the TR99. Now all that we got left to do is pretty much put things away and then go ahead and put the corn header in the storage shed. Wow, I swear I probably won't have to go to the gym for a week. Finally got the corn head off, and basically now all that we have left to do is put up the soybean head. Well, everything's kind of rearranged, but we got everything in the Quonset hut, and now that we got left to do is to get back to planting. Crap. I totally forgot we were going to go check on the neighbor. We've got a lot of stuff to do, so I'm just going to let him be, and we will check on him tomorrow. So we left off with one field to go, and we actually got that field finished and planted in soybeans. So we do actually have a gravity wagon to pick up from Tristan at the dealership, and once we get that, I think we're going to head down to the neighbor's and see if he needs any help. I know he mentioned the other day that he has quite a bit of land and he's running a little bit behind, so we might be able to go out there and give him a hand. Which also works because I think he's also running the same planter as me and the same width and row spacing. And without further ado, I think we're going to go ahead and grab our other gravity wagon up from Tristan at the Prairie State Tractor and then bring it back here. So we have about 49 grand to our name, and we don't really need anything yet, so when we go up to the Prairie State, I'm not even going to bother to look around and shop for anything, because I think we got pretty much everything we need. The only thing that we might keep an eye out for on Facebook Marketplace, or maybe even the Prairie State Tractor, is a grain truck. Now, the grain truck would allow us to actually move more bushels and have a lot more storage and moving capacity. This also allows us to purchase a lot more ground and to move grain faster. So I think Tristan said he is actually in today, which is nice because we haven't been able to speak to him yet in person. It's been on the phone and through his workers. So I'm looking forward to meeting him and maybe, you know, making that establishment on contact. But I totally forgot, before we turn into the Prairie State Tractor, I do need some diesel as I am running low. So we're going to go ahead, stop at the Casey's, get a little bite to eat and a snack, and then we will head back to the Prairie State Tractor. So we just got done pumping diesel. It ran us about 90 bucks. This truck does guzzle gas pretty bad, but nonetheless, we're going to go ahead, grab a bite to eat, and then head up to the Prairie State Tractor. Okay, so I got my Gatorade and my slice of Casey's pizza. What could be better? Alright, so we're pulling out of the Casey's, and now we're going to go meet Tristan up at the Prairie State Tractor. Alright, so we're pulling up to the Prairie State Tractor, and it actually looks like the neighbor may be in talking to him or getting something, so we might run into him, might not, but we're going to go ahead, get over here, and talk to Tristan. Alright, so we're up at the Prairie State Tractor, and now we're going to go in and talk to Tristan. It looks like the neighbor bought himself a brand new tractor. Alright, hey Tristan.
How's it going?
I came in to pick up a Kilbros wagon out there that I had delivered. I recently just moved from North Carolina. I did pick up a couple parts from you the other day since you weren't in store, but what will my grand total be on that?
It's only going to cost you $180 since we're just keeping it. We don't really have a lot here at the lot, so it's really not needed space. So it's just going to be a fee of $180, including all the tax and stuff.
Okay, alright. Here's my card.
So, alright, you take that. I'm going to swipe it here. Alright, here's your card back.
Alright, thank
And
you.
I believe that chart should be taken out. I think you can just go out there and pick it up and, take off. I don't think you need to really do any paperwork for it.
Alright, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Yeah, I still got like 100 acres left to plant today that I'm hopefully trying to get done today. I don't know if I will, but I
Well.
had gotten all the planter filled up this morning, ran through it, greased it, and you know the daily maintenance.
Yeah, definitely. Well, if you need any help, I actually just finished up with my beans, so I could come over and help you plant if you really need it.
Alrighty. Would you want to do me a favor?
Yep.
I'm gonna be driving this 8300 home, and you can either take your truck or mine.
Okay.
But would you flag for me?
Yep, I can.
So, alrighty. Well, I'm gonna go fire this thing up. I'm really excited.
All right.
Really excited for it here. So, alrighty. Well, I will have to take you up on that planning offer too. How much?
Okay.
How much are you gonna charge?
You know what? New neighbor, I'll do it for free.
All right. Well, thank you, sir.
Of course.
So, alrighty. Well, you can finish up looking here.
Okay.
I just got to get a little bit used to it because it's a different transmission than I'm used to. So.
Definitely. Alrighty, well, I'll flag for you.
Alrighty. We'll see you later.
Alright, we'll see you. I will say, I've escorted a few times in my day, and yeah, it never gets slower than this. Once again, love helping out the neighbor, escorting slow tractors and combines. Man, does it get old. But it's okay because we got our Casey's Pizza, and we got a drink, and that's all I need. Well, you know, I haven't stopped by his farm yet, so maybe he'll be nice enough to give us a farm tour. I know he's got a lot to get done, but I don't think a few minutes will hurt, and I kind of want to see what his setup is.
Phew, that was a long drive.
Yeah, Clayton, it really was one long drive. But, you know, I've never been down here before. I've never been to your farm before, so would you mind giving me a little tour real fast?
Yeah, so basically we have the garage and the house over here.
Okay.
This house wasn't built too long ago.
Gotcha.
And then we got the main shop over here, which has the 7520 and the 12-row planter, and then the 9470 on back there. And this door's kind of right now. It's got some stuff around it. We have the 4020.
Okay.
And then we have the auger for the bin out there, and then we have the 4960 and the disc setup. This is the 4960 I'm talking about. Going bye-bye.
That is a nice setup, but that'll be a sad day.
Yeah, I really love the 4960, but I want something a little newer. Has some new systems on it, auto steer, all that stuff, you know.
Yep, that'll be a
Makes
nice
life little
upgrade.
easier. So, yeah, and then that's this side of the farm here. 2 GSI bins here, and then we have 1 Meridian liquid tank over here. We
Okay.
got an old John Deere auger. Don't look at that. That was a little old. And then in here we have the 4760, which is going to be hauling these 2 Kilboro wagons over here.
Well, that's quite a nice setup.
And yeah, so that's about it for setup here. And then all that we got left is just a 30-foot header for that combine in there.
Alrighty, well, I think you can give me a drive back to my place, and we can go to whatever field you want to go to and start planting.
Yep, let me go shut some boxes on the planter real quick, and I'll give you a ride.
Okay.
Alrighty, I got those boxes closed, and I think we're ready to go now. Alright, there you go.
Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Yeah, I'll go ahead and lead you on down to the farm here, and then.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna fill up with some seed real fast, and then I'll meet you down there.
Alrighty, you just want me to go ahead and head on down there?
Yeah, that's fine.
Alrighty, well, I'll go ahead and get my stuff folded up, and I'll meet you down there.
All right, thank you. All right, before we head over to Clayton's farm, we're gonna go ahead and put some seed in this planter because we were running real low. All right, and we just got our last box put on. I'm pretty worn out. We used pretty much that whole pallet of Pioneer seed that is leftovers. It is going to a good cause, and it doesn't bother me that much. We're gonna go ahead, fold this tractor up, and then head down to Clayton's farm. So we're just pulling up to Clayton's farm any minute now, and then we will see where he wants us to go and plant for him.
Hey, so I'm figuring you go up there. There's 2 fields up there
Okay.
that are not planted yet. I need those both in soybeans if you do that for me.
Yes,
And
sir.
then I have some bottom ground down there that I'm going to go work on, and then there's a big field that me and you both can work on together. So,
Okay, that'll work.
yep. Alrighty, well, thank you, sir.
All right, I'll check back in.
Alrighty, we'll see you.
All right, we'll see you. So he wants us to go plant beans in 2 of his fields, and then we'll work on one of them together. He gave me his contact information, and he sent me a pin on where I need to go. So we're going to go ahead and head out that way. Alright, so it's this field up on the hill and then the one next to it. We need to find a way to get in this field. He didn't really say, but I'm sure we can figure it out. So we're just pulling up. The entrance is actually right here around the corner. He said he recently got this field right here in front of us done with corn, and then this is going to be our first field right in front of us, and then back behind that woody area there's another. So we're going to go ahead and jump right on into it. So we're on our last pass, and then we will be into the next field, and then after that we're going to head over to 74, plant that as well. Alright, so we folded it up and we're getting through here, and we'll see what kind of field this is. This is kind of an odd but really neat field. It's kind of surrounded by woods, not a whole lot of acres. I'd probably guesstimate that this is, not much. I mean, 3-4 acres if that, but we're going to go ahead and get this planted for him as well.
Hey, hello.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
How are you getting along up there?
I'm on the last field that you told me to go to, and we're about finished, honestly.
Okay, I just finished my little bottom piece down here, and now I'm working on this big field here, and whenever you get done with that, you just better just let me know here.
Alright, yep, when I get done, I will go ahead and head that way.
Alrighty, well, we'll catch you here in a minute.
Alright, we'll see you.
Yep, see ya.
Alright, so we just got done finishing up planting this field with beans for him, and we're about to head to that field we talked about, and we're going to get that planted. Well, it is now dark, and we're just about to finish up. You can see the neighbor is over here across the hill, and he's getting done planting too, so we're basically pretty much done. We went ahead and lifted this up, and we're going to go head back over towards the entrance once we get this planter fully put back together.
Hey man, how'd you get along?
Yeah, it went good. Long day, but unfortunately that's how planning goes, but glad to help you out.
Yep, and thank you for that. Now, kind of helps that everything's done now, so now I get a little time.
Oh, of course.
I think I'm gonna get the old dirt car out here in a few weeks and go out to the racetrack out there, you know?
Oh, that'd be real fun.
Yeah, I went down a rabbit hole on Facebook Marketplace, you know?
That'll happen.
Yeah, I ended up buying a whole setup for my guy, so.
Well, maybe I can come down there one day and check it out.
Yep, so, alrighty, we'll talk to you later. Thank you again for helping.
Yep, of course. We'll catch you later.
Yep, we'll see ya.
Alright, well, we just got done planting, and now we're going to take our tractor back to our shop and let him get on his way so we can both go to bed. Well, I tell you what, we will definitely be going to the Casey's tomorrow and getting an energy drink or the biggest coffee they have, because we've been going at it since about 5 a.m. We went up to the dealer and everything. Well, this is how far we made it last night, but I think that's about gonna do it for us. We don't have a whole lot more to do since we helped him plant and we're done planting, so now we're gonna sit back and relax for a little bit. Alright, so let's check the ag web today. Crops are good, market's good, and yeah, we have been browsing. We're on the look for a new tractor. I stopped at Hand Forge, I don't really know why, but we are looking for a new tractor. So it's currently April 3rd, and it is absolutely beautiful outside. I absolutely love our back patio setup, and everything is just so pretty here in Tahiti, Iowa. I'm really glad we were able to make this move, because so far I've made a lot of friends, and even made friends with a few farmers around me. But nonetheless, we helped Clayton finish up his planting yesterday, and we really need to actually go get our Kilbros wagon. So we'll just go ahead and go pick it up. So I'm actually done for quite some time until we need to start side dressing and spraying in others, but since we've got a really good co-op up the road, we honestly might have them do it if the price is right. But nonetheless, when we go pick this up, we do actually have a lot of equipment to move around. We kind of have everything just, you know, spread out and willy-nilly, but nonetheless, when we get that and then we come back, we're going to do some organizing for sure. I also heard something in the area about there being a dirt track, and I kind of have a surprise for you guys, so you really do need to stay tuned to see what might happen. So you know, it was really nice to meet Tristan the other day. We've done a lot of contact with him, but we haven't, you know, actually met him face to face until we walked into the Prairie State the other day. It's nice to put a voice with a face, and he was super helpful. So nonetheless, we've arrived, and all we got to do is pick it up. So we're out here, we're just going to hook up this Kilbros wagon, and then lug it all the way way back to the farm. I don't know if there's another farmer or not, but there's a lot of tractors that have mysteriously, you know, been sold over the past week. So I don't know. We might happen to run into somebody eventually, but so far I haven't seen any other tractors around this area. Finally, we actually hit this light when it's green. We can never hit this light when it's green. I think every time I've ever been through that stop, it's been. I actually have to look on Facebook Marketplace later too, because I've been on the lookout for a grain truck. These 2 Kilbro wagons are just not going to cut it anymore, especially not because we are soon going to be looking to buy more ground. Nonetheless, it would also be really nice to have a grain truck so that it'd be easier to take grain into town instead of always having to drive a tractor all the way into town. That makes everything a lot more complicated. We don't get as much done, and because of it, I've never been able to buy more acres. But with the addition of a truck, or maybe 2 trucks, I think we could really get ground going and really hit the ground running fast. So you can see everything is smushed in here pretty tight. No, nothing is hitting, but it is tight. So we're going to go ahead, get in the 4230, and we're going to go pull the planter out, move it back, and then get the Kilbro's wagons in here. Speaking of moving everything around, I think we're actually going to leave the planter out because it is dirty, and later we need to clean a few pieces of equipment, and that's definitely going to be one of them. So we got our pressure washer over here, and we're going to go ahead, grab the planter, and leave it out. Alright, so everything is super chaotic right now. We pretty much got everything pulled out of the Quonset hut. We got both of our Kilbro's wagons hooked up together, and they will be ready for harvest when that commences. And we also have the 350 hooked up to the soybean head. But now we're going to take the 4230 and the Kilbro's wagons and put them back in the Quonset hut accordingly. Alright, we now have the header pulled back in there and everything fits perfect. I think we're probably going to take the planter and back it up right in here. I think we have enough room, at least we should. And yeah, then it'll be all good for storage until we need to pull stuff out of it. With that being said, I'm going to go back up to the house and relax for a little bit. Man, that was a good nap. Well, I guess we should try to find something to do since it's not very late and it's so sunny outside. Looking on the computer here and says there's a $5,000 purse at the racetrack today for modifieds. And I know you guys didn't know this at all, but just wait for what's next. That's right, I actually am a super modified stock car racer. I know what you're thinking, how have we not seen this? Well, it's been kept up for a while and I recently just pulled it out again. So the trailer is actually over in the shed. I think we're gonna go get it loaded up and see if anybody's at the races today. Alright, so we just fired up the old pickup truck. We're gonna take her over here and get her hooked up to our enclosed trailer. Well, here it is. It's a good old enclosed trailer. It's what we put our stock car in. Alright, so we got it lowered down and we got all the auxiliaries up, so now we're basically just gonna go back up to the garage and put the car in it. So we've got the trailer down and ready to load, so now is the moment of truth. We're gonna go ahead and fire her up and let y'all listen to her. This thing's pretty loud. It's running a lot of horsepower, so we're going to go ahead and take it out here slowly and put it up in the trailer. Alright, so the stock car's down in there. We brought plenty of fuel, and now all we need to do is strap her down. You know, this is a sport a lot of farmers like, and, you know, just a lot of hard-class working people, so I wonder if maybe I'll run into anybody there. Coming upon into town, and I actually think, once again, I'm going to stop at the Casey's, and maybe even get a 12-pack for tonight. So we're going to go in the Casey's and get a few snacks, and then we will head to the dirt track. Well, that's one way to spend $55 in a Casey's real fast. Anywho, let's go on and get to the dirt track. Alright, so we're pulling up to the dirt track and seems as if nobody's here. Nobody's in the ticket booth and nobody's parked in the grass lot. That's really weird. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and park over here and see if anything happens.
Hey man, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. Just figured I'd bring the old car out because I thought there was a race today, but it seems like...
Yeah, I had it posted too, but I guess it was yesterday, so I thought I'd come out here and take a few laps, even though there's no personnel here.
Yeah, you want to race?
Yeah, you want to put some money on it, maybe?
You know what? I'm gonna go big baller out here and say, let's do $5 grand.
You want to do $5 grand? I think that's perfect. Yep, shake on it.
I'm gonna go ahead and get my car unloaded here. I better go get my helmet and stuff on and get out there and start out here.
Alright, well, I'll meet you there.
Alrighty. Alrighty, well, you ready to race here?
Yeah, I'm ready. How many laps you want to do?
5 for now.
Alrighty.
Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and get her on fired up over here.
Alright.
3, 2, 1, go. Well, looks like you owe me $5,000.
Here's your $5,000.
Thank you, sir. And we'll have to do this again sometime.
Oh, definitely.
Probably better get to heading out. I got more farm stuff to do. Tomorrow I got to get spraying and doing all that stuff. I noticed some weeds out in the field. So
Of course.
Probably better get it top dressed and all that stuff, you know.
Yep, we got to spray too.
Alrighty, man. We'll talk to you later here.
Alright, we'll see you.
We'll see ya.
Well, we just absolutely got our butt whooped, and we lost $5,000 to the neighbor. That was gonna cover our sprayer costs, so I might have to go find a job or something, like, honestly. Anywho, let's go ahead and fire this thing up, and then we will put it back in the trailer. I'm thinking after how bad I got beat, we probably need to retire this race car. Alright, so now we've got this thing fully put up, and now all we gotta do is strap it down. Now that we're done with that race and we're out $5,000, which was very stupid of me, honestly, we need to go back home and pressure wash some equipment. So actually, I did get on my computer the other day and pulled up LinkedIn, and there actually was an open position for an applicator at the local co-op. Now I'm thinking, especially because I just lost so much money, that might be honestly a good thing to apply to get some extra money. Back at the farm, we basically just need to unhook the truck from the trailer and then start pressure washing. We've got the 4230 hooked up and the planter is all spread out, and it is pretty much ready to pressure wash. And we're done. Well, we got the 3600 all washed up and it looks just about as good as new. I know I was probably going to clean some other equipment, but this is actually the only thing that needed it that bad. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing folded up and put up. Alrighty, the 4230 is pulled up, the Kinsey planter is in the Quonset hut, and everything is pretty much done for the day. With that being said, I think I'm going to go inside and take a look at the computer. Alright, and submit. Well, I submitted an application to the co-op. I guess we'll just have to sit around and wait until we hear a response back, which honestly makes me really nervous, but I think we will do okay. Well, I guess it's time to go to work. And we'll grab a donut and be on our way. So, surprise, surprise, I ended up getting the job at the co-op. We don't have a lot of land right now, so that frees us up with a lot of time, and making a little extra money is never going to hurt. So today we are going to be making some spray applications, and that'll pretty much be all for my day. You know, before we get to the co-op, it's looking like Tristan's finally getting some new inventory out. And that's always good because we still are looking for a tractor, and I think he might have what we need. Alright, so we're pulling up to the co-op here. As you can see, we got all of our equipment, and then the main sprayers are inside. Alright, so we're in here, and today we are going to be using the Haggy sprayer. We do have 3 or 4 fields to knock out, and we might have to have the spray rig come behind us so that we can fill up. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead, jump up in the Haggy, and head to our first field. Alright, so it's actually pretty funny because one of the fields we are spraying today is actually one of my own fields, so we went ahead and decided that's what's best for us, especially now since I work at the co-op. There's no need to buy the additional spraying equipment. Nonetheless, we're going to get my field done first, then we're going to bounce over to one of the neighbors, and then after that we have one more field to spray, and then we will be finished up. So the first bean field is actually right here on our right, and we're going to go ahead, hop on in there, and start spraying. Now we've got all the booms folded out, we've got our GPS set in line, we're going to go ahead, back up, and then we will take off and spray this field. Alright, let's go ahead, turn it on, make sure all the booms and the nozzles are working. Okay, looks like they are. So we'll go ahead, shut it off, and then we will start putting some fertilizer on this field. Alright, so we just got done spraying, and now pretty much what we got to do is we do have to do a triple rinse. Once we get done with our triple rinse and get all of the fertilizer out of the tank, once we get done with our triple rinse, we're going to go ahead and switch from our fertilizer over to herbicide. My cornfield really needs herbicide as it's growing weeds really bad, and then the other fields need herbicide as well. So we're going to sit here and wait until the tender truck shows up, then we'll be able to do the proper clean out of this sprayer. The tender truck is finally here, and that means we can move on with our day, starting off by turning around the Haggy and then emptying it out properly and then filling it with the correct herbicide. Now that we've got everything set up and ready, we're going to go ahead and spray out the rest of our booms. We're all sprayed out now, and we're just going to grab the hose and then hook it up here and rinse it all out. Alright, so we've gone ahead and got everything triple rinsed, everything as clean as can be. We scrubbed all the screens and the end cap nozzles. So we're going to go ahead, get this herbicide that's in here, put it in the Haggy, then we'll be able to move on to my cornfield and the other fields we have left. I still haven't redone this road, and this might get a little sketchy. So I do have to say it is really odd to spray on our own field, but nonetheless it's getting done, and it was going to have to get done anyways. So before we get up in the sprayer and spray this, we're just going to talk about how bad these weeds are. I didn't realize they were getting like this, and it's going to start choking out the corn. So we really got to make sure we get the right formulations and the right mode of actions on this field. Alright, so we just got done, and we are going to go ahead, fold the boom up, and head to the next field. So pulling out of my place, one of the places we actually have to go next is Clayton's farm. And Clayton is doing the same thing I am, and he's just hiring out the co-op to do it. Which in the end of the day doesn't save money, but for the size of both of our farms, it's what works best for us. Clayton's field is finally done, and we have one more on the way back to the co-op, and then we will head home for the evening. So while we're up in here and on the topic of spraying and applicating things, I've started slowly thinking about maybe trying to incorporate Anhydrous into my own farm. Basically, I've been learning up about it here at the co-op, and it just seems like a great, thing to do. I definitely think it's something we will take into consideration, especially because there's some smaller bars and tanks that could fit our tractors. Alright, so we're at our last field, and we're about to get into it. So we're at our last field, we are letting this thing unfold, and then we will get right into it and hopefully finish in a timely fashion. So we're ready, let's go ahead, turn the sprayer on, we got the good beep, and now pretty much we're just gonna set the AB line and let it run its course. Now some of these smaller fields are definitely tricky to get in and out of and maneuver, but nonetheless we got to do it for the customer, and it keeps us in business, so I can't complain too much. It's honestly crazy to think that in no time at all our crops will be coming up and maturing. This will be a very interesting harvest for us, as these soil types are a lot different and we're still figuring out a lot of things. I'm hoping to stop by Tristan's and maybe just take a little gander at what they have and see if they have anything that is going to catch our eye. Finally back to the co-op, so we're gonna go ahead, get this thing backed up and park, and then we'll head home. And we're finally out of it. I'm really hoping we get to run this 4940 dry fertilizer spreader sometime, because I think that would be absolutely awesome. Alright, the day is finally finished, so we're gonna go ahead and get in our truck. Alright, so we do have a couple of bars. I think this TB17 would fit us perfect. Along with the TB17, these anhydrous ammonia tanks right here are actually the perfect size as well. So I think we're gonna try to get something set up when that time comes and put some anhydrous down. We also have these Wilmer spreaders over here. I think these would be really good. They're used for broadcast and dry spreadables. These sizes would also be perfect for our farm as well. Nonetheless, we're going to go ahead, get in the truck, and head up to Tristan's. It looks as if he still has quite a bit of his used inventory, but it's nice that new inventory is starting to flow in. Now, these aren't anywhere near our range, but I have to check them out. So it looks like we've got a 4940, 4940 as well, with the dry flowable on the back. Oh man, look at that. 410 8R. That is a lovely tractor. 6125R as well as the 7R, and then the meanest looking machine Tristan has, the beautiful 9620 RX. He does have a 9870 STS. These are really good combines. I knew a couple guys back in North Carolina that ran these. And then he said this is his newest addition. He did get the 8RX in with the big planter. Nonetheless, we can't afford that stuff. We'll go over to the pre-owned. It looks like the neighbor finally got his 4960 traded in. Yeah, stuff is still pretty much normal around here. Oh, wait. What is that? International? It's a grain truck? Omaha Standard. This is honestly what we've been looking for. Huh. Tristan didn't tell me about that. I'll have to come back and ask him about that, because that might be a perfect purchase for our farm. Anyways, he's got a lot of good inventory, but it's nothing we can get right this second. I will have to give him a phone call about the grain truck, because that's pretty much what we're looking for. Nonetheless, the day's growing long, and I'm pretty worn out from all the spraying and changing of the tanks and everything today. So we're going to go ahead, go home, and relax. I am hoping at some point that we can drop the co-op. It's nice to have the extra money, but it's also a lot of more strain on me to deal with my own farm and the co-op. But nonetheless, I'm getting to do it, and it has been fun, and it pays good, so I'm not going to complain too much. Man, you can already see those weeds burning up. That Pursuit does a really good job. Other than a few various applications, I think we should be sitting pretty good until about harvest. Alright, so we finally got the truck in the shop, and now we're gonna go relax. Huh, so it looks like Tristan's actually asking about $6,500 for that truck. I think we might actually be able to trade in something or make that work with the money we have. Nonetheless, I'm getting tired, so we're gonna go ahead and go to bed. Morning already? Wow, well, let's see what the clock reads. Yeah, it's 7 o'clock, so we got a little bit. Nonetheless, it's November 16th. Our corn is ready, as well as our soybeans. We are going to check the market and go over some costs, and then do a little paperwork this morning. Once we get our paperwork done, we will go ahead and start prepping for the day. Well, it's about 9:30 now, and the moisture should be drying down. So we'll go ahead and take the truck over to the shed, pull the combine out, and get everything ready. Alright, we've made it to the shed. Now we just got to pull everything out, and then once we get everything out, we should be ready to go. But I also have a huge surprise for you. So let's go to the back of the Quonset hut and show you what there is. That's right, we got it. It was actually on auction on the site, and we had the highest bid. Now that we have this beautiful International, we'll be able to direct haul all of our grain. Let's go ahead, get everything pulled out, and then I'll meet you guys when we get all that finished. Alright, we've got everything pulled out. It's in its place where it needs to be. We've got the 4230 on the auger, and I think we're about ready to get into this harvest. And we'll put that nozzle back. We got the New Holland TR99 fully gassed up and ready, so all that's left to do is start this thing up and cut open the field. Alright, so we've hopped out of the TR99. All we're doing here is grabbing these clumps of corn stalks and just making sure that we're not throwing any grain out of the back, and then it is getting all of the kernels off of the cob. And we'll put back the moisture reader in there. We're running about 16%, and we didn't find much in the debris, so we're going to go ahead and jump back into the field. on along here, nothing has gone wrong so far, and we're actually about to reach our fill level, so we will go ahead and make our first dump when we get done with these rows, and then we will hop right back into it per usual. Alright, so we're almost done, and we can go ahead and unfold our spout. Now that we're done filling up, we can go ahead, lower our head, fire everything up, and then jump right back on into it. Alright, so we've gone ahead and unloaded our TR99. We've gotten a decent bit of this field knocked out, and I want to go take this first load in to get everything checked out. Make sure our grain quality is good, our moisture is good, and everything else is good to go. Once that's done, we will put the rest in our own silos, and then sell it when the corn is at a better price. Nonetheless, let's go ahead, get in the International, and head to town. Alright, now that we're in the International, we're going to go ahead, hit the road, and take this load to the granary. So as we're pulling to town, I am noticing these fields on the right of me, and that reminds me that our next big task is purchasing more land. So we're really hoping that this year brings plentiful bushels and a good market, because we really need it and we need to buy a few more fields. Nonetheless, we are here, so we're going to go ahead, turn in, and unload. Alright, so we're weighing the truck in, and it looks like we're weighing in right about 23,810, so not bad at all. Now we're going to go ahead, go up here, and unload our grain. Alright, so we just got our stub ticket, and it looks like we made $64.52, so not bad at all, not for the grain that we had, and I have to say I'm pretty happy how it turned out. Nonetheless, the rest of the grain is going into storage at our farm, so I'm going to go ahead, run back up to the farm, and then we'll get right back into harvesting. Alright, now that we've got the grain truck parked, we'll go ahead, get in the TR99, fire it back up, and see what we can't get knocked out. So yeah, like I said, we are actually going to put the rest of our corn in our own bins so that we can take it in and make better profit off of our crop. Now eventually when we upgrade and get bigger fields, we will have to implement more grain bins, as what we have now will not hold much more than what we have in these two fields alone. Without further ado, we're going to keep harvesting this field and see if we can finish up. We're once again getting pretty full, and this means we'll have to dump again, so we decided to bring the Kilbros wagons over here. We're full now, so we backed up out of the corn, and we're just going to go ahead, put our auger out, and then wrap around the other side. Once we get these Kilbros wagons full, we'll go ahead and unload them into our first grain bin. Alright, we'll go ahead and pull up over the 4650, make sure not to hit anything, and then we'll start unloading. Alright, pulling away from it, and we've got the first wagon full. I'm really glad that we actually put down insecticide and herbicide on these fields, because Clayton just called and said some of his fields are looking pretty rough. So we're super thankful that we're yielding high right now, and we don't have much weed pressure in this field. We're full again, and that means we have to go unload. We're going to unfill into the second one, and then we will drive our tractor up to the auger and unload it into the bin. Now that we're done unloading, it's time to hop in the tractor and unload these Kilbros wagons. The 4230 is all cranked up and about to run, so we're going to go ahead and let this first Kilbros wagon unload. So as silly as it sounds, we just got a call from our broker and he actually said to straight haul the grain. For some reason right now the corn is doing way better from straight hauling than it is saving, so we'll just straight haul the rest up to the granary. We're back up in the TR99 and we need to get back to picking corn, although it's getting close to lunch, so we'll shortly take a lunch break and run into town. Well, we've gotten a few more rows done and it is now about 1:30, so we're going to drive the combine back up to the shop, get in the truck, and then we'll head to town and get some lunch. Alright, so we got the 99 shut off, and now we're going to head over to the Ford, go into town, and get some lunch. Off camera, we actually decided to finish up corn harvest, as I did not want it to get repetitive. With that being said, we do have an entire soybean field to harvest today. After this harvest, then we have to go and help the neighbor finish up his crops. But nonetheless, let's get on into it, and I will catch you guys when we get in the combine. So we had the combine in the Quonset hut because we were changing the sieves and a bunch of other stuff to get it ready for beans, and now that that is done, we are just going to drive it up to the header and hook it up. And the Walterscheid is on. Whew! Sometimes those PTOs can be hard to get on. Now that we've got the TR99 hooked up to the soybean head, it's time to go hop in the soybean field and test things out. So while we're in here, I do have to remember we actually have to empty 2 of our gravity wagons that are still full of corn. We'll put those in the bin because the price started going down on corn. We're not going to cut a whole lot right now as it is still early because it's the next day and we need to see if everything's operating correctly. All that's left to do is to lower our head, fire it up, and jump into these beans. Alright, so we're out of the TR99, and we're going to go ahead and check our chaff. So there's a bean, there's a couple, there's some more. Yeah, we're losing too much, so we got to go see what the problem is. Alright, and it's done. So we closed up the tailings a little bit, and that should allow us for less grain loss. But without further ado, we will go ahead and start harvesting this field. So we're trucking along, and these beans are very dusty. I'll be surprised if our air filter is even that clean. But nonetheless, we've almost made our first pass around the field, and it doesn't seem like they're yielding too bad. Don't get me wrong, they're not great, but they could be a lot worse. We're going to go ahead and dump into the truck. So the plan is, once we get this full, we are going to run it up to the granary. Then we are going to unload our Kilbros wagons, which do currently have corn in them, into our bin. Nonetheless, we're back into this bean field, and we really do need to finish up soon. So without any more hesitation, let's jump back into this field.
Man, I always had stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. 'Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5, happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind.
Well, the grain truck is full now, and we need to run it to the granary. So let's go ahead, get up on in here, empty our Kilbros wagons, and then head to the Tahitian granary. So we hopped out of the International. We are going to leave it running, but now we have to go over here to the Kilbros wagons and unload them into our bin. And the door's shut. Alright, we're back from the granary. We actually made 15 grand off that load of soybeans. It's hard to believe, I know, but the economy is just right for beans right now. So we've got our Kilbros wagons strategically placed where we want them after we got them unloaded. The International is empty and ready to go, and all that's left is to hop in the combine. But with that being said, we do want to finish this field pretty fast because it sounds like the neighbor is running a tad bit behind due to combine problems, and we might be able to run the truck for him or maybe even a grain cart or something. I was up here thinking, we did pull the disc out and hooked it up to the tillage tractor, and we made a pass or two just to make sure that everything was in working order. Now I know we have the option of no-till, but I'm thinking we're going to till it up just to see how it may do as sort of an experiment, and then we might even put Anhydrous down. But that all depends on the price, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And we also decided that we are going to go ahead and list the stock car for sale as well as the trailer. We just haven't been using it that much, and quite frankly, it just needs to go. Plus, with that money, we could buy another piece of equipment or maybe even upgrade something. But nonetheless, enough of my yapping, we have to finish this field. Crap. Oh man. Looks like an O-ring blew out on the hydraulics. Good lord, we can't catch a break. Well, we shut the TR off, and we're gonna go grab an O-ring from the truck. And we're done. Well, we finally put the O-ring back in the hydraulics, and we should be good to go. We did move the truck up too because it was getting a little far out, but we're almost full, so we're gonna go ahead and load the truck up. So currently we are done unloading and we're back at it. I will say the TR does really have an impressive grain tank holding capacity. With that being said though, let's go ahead and try to knock the rest of this field out so we can be done for the day. Well, we're finally done, so we can go ahead, stick our auger out, and then go unload in the grain truck. Honestly, these soybeans didn't yield that bad. We're going to get about 2.5 truckloads off of this, so I can't complain too much. And with that, the harvest season is complete. Now, while this is sad, we're not completely done with harvest, as we have to go over and help Clayton out a bit. But nonetheless, we're going to get all this stuff moved up back by the shop, the header cart put back on its wagon, and then we will put the auger up. The soybean head is now detached, we've got the gravity wagons in the Quonset hut, and we've got our international grain truck ready to head to the granary. So all that I have left to do is to actually put up the auger. So we do need to go ahead and take this PTO off as well as unhitch it. Alright, so our auger is now attached to our tractor. We're going to fold it up and then place it where we had it before we start harvest. The auger is now detached and we need to hop in the 4230 and put this up in the Quonset hut. Now that the 4230 is put up in the hut, we're going to go out here to our disc and see if it's working correctly. So far I'm not seeing anything bad. We might have a couple of chipped discs, but nonetheless it seems to be working fine. So we'll get on this tillage shortly, but first we need to go check up on Clayton. So we're actually going to go ahead, bring this tractor up to the shop, and we do need to run our grain in. And after we run our grain in, I'm thinking we probably need to get the combine winterized and put up for the year. Now that that's all done, we're going to hop in our grain truck and head to the granary. So a little time has passed, and I actually did clean up the combine as well as a few other pieces of equipment. And then eventually we do have to run that grain up to the granary as well as take our stock car to town and sell it off. But nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and make the trip to Clayton's farm, and we're going to go say hey. Hey.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Just finished up my my harvest, even though it was just 2 fields.
Yeah, I'm just now kicking off beans, you know. I got all this corn cut finally, but now I gotta move on to beans here.
Okay, well, is there anything I can help you out with? Because, yeah, I'm fully done and kind of sitting dead in the water right now.
We could go get the 4760 in the wagons, and you could run wagons for me.
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Okay, you can just unhook. Let me just go unhook this header trailer, and you can just take my truck, or you can take your truck. Doesn't matter.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll meet you back at your farm. I'm gonna go grab his wagons because he said he wants me to run wagons for him, which I absolutely love being done because I don't have to worry about anything and I get to help out the neighbor. And we're pulling into Clayton's farm. Let's see if we see the tractor. Yep, and there it is. Alright, so we got the F350 shut off, and now we're going to hop up in the 4760 and meet him down there. Dang, he had this thing fired up. He must have been ready to go. But nonetheless, we're going to go meet him down there, and then we will get harvesting. Well, it looks like he's down there and starting, so we're going to go ahead and just lightly coast down on into this field so he can unload. I'm not going to lie, this is quite a nice setup. He does have the 300 bushel carts, so mine are bigger, but nonetheless, this setup is super nice, and since this farm is just right down the road, we'll be able to unload at a very fast pace. And plus, he has a lot of smaller fields, so that means we should be able to knock these out in a timely fashion.
The game plan for this field is you can just follow me around till I'm full, and then we'll talk later again. But I got some weird hybrid deals planted, and they're not very good looking plants, so I just decided not to cut them.
I don't blame you. So, all right, I'll hop back up in here and then unload you as you need.
Alrighty.
All right, we'll see you. Well, we're going to go get lunch and take a break because we just finished our first field, and then when we're done with lunch, we'll come back and move on to the next field. Alright, so Clayton had a really good idea. We got done at lunch and he dropped me back off at my farm. So here's the deal. We're going to hop in the International, run our grain in, and then we're going to use my truck to help him unload. So let's go ahead, hop in the International, and get this grain to the Tahitian granary. So we did get his one smaller field knocked out that everybody saw, and then we're going to start on his biggest soybean field yet. Since he only has 2 wagons, this grain truck will allow us to both move his grain faster and to keep him going without stopping. And I'm not gonna lie, this truck does move real slow when it's weighted down, so maybe we won't fill it all the way up like I have been, but then again, it's not over the limit, so I think we're just gonna fill it up. Alright, so we're once again back at the granary. We're gonna go ahead and get this thing weighed in, and then dump our grain. Oh wow, we kinda did run over. Running about 24,000. Guess we just won't tell the DOT how far we're running over. Anywho, let's go ahead, get pulled in here, and dump our grain. Well, we're fully unloaded, and now we are gonna go and head back to the neighbor's farm. Also, while I was unloading, I did talk to one of the grain elevator workers, and he said something that really caught my eye. He said there were 2 pieces of ground over where I farm that are up for sale. They're not too big and they're not too expensive, but he thought it may fit me. So, I guess word's been out that I need new ground. Nonetheless, we can't worry about that right now because we have a task at hand, and that is helping Clayton. So without further ado, we're going to head to his farm and jump into harvest. Alright, so we're just now pulling back up to the farm, and it looks like his combine is still there. So we're going to go ahead and pull this into that field, and then we will follow him wherever he goes.
Hey man, you want to go around the combine for a bit, get this field opened up for me, and I can take this back and get her dumped?
Oh yeah, that sounds perfect. I'll get up in here and I'll open it up for you while you go take it back to your farm.
Alrighty, well, we'll catch you back here in a little bit.
Alright, we'll see you. Well, I guess the neighbor really does trust me enough. He decided that I'm going to open up this field for him, which I've never used a 9470 STS, so this is all new to me, and it's almost kind of like a demo. So let's go ahead, hop up in here, and open up this bean field. Wow, this thing is incredibly nice. I can't believe he trusts me enough to do this. This is an absolute blast. Well, the neighbor's back, so we're going to go ahead, hop out of the combine, and switch in places.
Hey man, how'd you get along?
I got you opened up good enough to where we can get this thing turned around. Did you get everything in the bins okay?
Yep, we put about 500 bushels in there, 400 bushels,
okay.
Somewhere like that, so.
Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead, hop up in the tractor, and we'll get this field knocked out for you.
Alrighty, well, you got your CB on in there, so we should be good to go.
Yep, alright.
Alright, we'll see you.
See you. Alright, so we've been working at it for a little while now, and currently Clayton is running those carts back up to his house. He said he's going to take care of the rest of it, and we ended up using my truck for one load. Well, Chestnut has taken all of his equipment back, and that means it's time to head back to the home farm. Once again, I am so glad that we can help a local farmer out. I think it's starting to become pretty apparent that when I need to help, he's willing to help, and I'm always willing to help him as well. Nonetheless, I've actually been hearing some buzz going on around here that a farmer has moved in and taken over his grandpa's farm. I actually did hear that he's currently out of town, but I'm thinking maybe we can go find his farm and check it out. While driving around and putting the grain truck up, I remembered that we really need to start tillage. That's definitely something we will get on shortly, but it is not a dire need as of right now. I also very much think we're about to get rid of the 350. It's kind of getting old and we need something just a little bit bigger. Along with that, we also are selling the stock car. So with all the money made on grain and equipment being sold off, we should have some pretty good capital coming in. Well, there's nothing new going on at Clayton's farm, it seems. So we'll just keep pushing on forward. Other than a few various fields, we really haven't been out here too much. So we're just going to take a left here and maybe we'll run into something. Well, coming up over this hill, it looks like we have a farm up here. Hello? Huh, nobody must be here. Oh man, dang, he's got a pretty nice setup right there. Absolutely love the bins as well. Looks like he did leave his garage door open. Interesting. Let's see what's in this shed. Oh, he's got a 6105R with bale spikes. I wonder if he owns the cattle barn up over there. Anywho, looks like he is also running a 3600, except he does have the bulk fill. And wow, 9610. We've actually been looking at one of these, and Tristan called and said he got one in with heads too. Wow, Ram 350? That is one setup right there. He's got the Kubota and a bunch of Pioneer seed. Then in here, what do we have? New Holland 116 and a rake. He's got his bean head. Oh wow, a truck just like mine. Then it actually looks like he has a pretty nice grain setup. I better get out of here before I get in a lot of trouble. But hopefully we'll run into him sometime. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a pretty nice setup. But anyways, we're gonna keep on driving and see if we can't find anything else. And here's the barn I'm talking about. Huh, already seems like he has cattle. Let's pull on in here. Oh wow, if that's his 4020, this dude has a crazy setup. Yeah, hopefully we run into this guy. So enough of exploring, we have got to go get the stock car and get rid of it as fast as possible. And that load of grain is done. About a week has passed since we last talked, and we actually found somebody on Facebook Marketplace that wants to buy our setup. That's right, so we're going to go ahead, hook this thing up, and exchange this for some cash down at the Casey's. You know, I'm kind of sad to see the thing go, but we also lost a lot of money to Clayton with this thing. Well, here we go. We're at the Casey's. And just like that, she's gone, and we've made nearly 60 grand. So you might ask, what are we going to do with all this money that we made off of crops, and especially that transaction? Well, I guess you just have to stick around and find out. But that'll come at a later date, so let's go up to Tristan's and see if there's any new inventory. Huh, looks like they got a 9600 in. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a little better than what we have, but there could be better. Holy crap. A 9610 on duals? With an 8-row head? Holy crap, it looks like it comes with a bean head also? Goodness, I wonder how much that is. Wow, that honestly might be something to think about. Looks like they also have a 9870 STS in. I gotta get out of here before I blow all my money. I'll give it to Tristan, he really is vamping up that Prairie State tractor. But nonetheless, we're home, and we gotta take a look at something. What I'm ultimately thinking is, we sell off the 4230, possibly get rid of the 4650, and ditch the Kilbros wagons. Now you might ask, what could all these ideas be churning in your head? And I guess that's where I'll just have to keep you guessing. Because right now, we have to go inside and look at something on the computer. Huh. Piece of land right behind us is for sale? Oh, I have an idea. Finally back at the farm, and we've just got all of our grain sold off. Now that we've got out of our truck, and it's parked, I have to break the huge news. Hopping on the iPad here, we have already bought 33 and 34 when we moved, but now we are the proud owners of 38, 39, and 41. Now this is going to be a pretty big undertaking considering that we only have an 8-row head and not a lot of horsepower on these tractors. We did spend a lot of our money already, but I think we may have something up our sleeve. Nonetheless, the big rocks we have to get out of the way today are tilling up our cornfield and then tilling up our new fields as well. So we're going to go back and hop in the tractor and see what we can't get knocked out. Now that we've got the 4960 up and running, I think we can go ahead and jump into this field. But quick little caveat, I sort of have an idea. What if we take the 4230 and the 4650, take them up to Tristan's, sell them off, and get a brand new piece of equipment? Stick around to see what we decide to do. But without further ado, let's jump on in. Alright, so we're making pretty good progress on this field so far, and we've yet to have anything go wrong, but I kinda wish we had a little more help so we could knock this field out and the others we just bought. as usual, I spoke way too soon. We cracked 3 discs, it looks like, on a giant rock. Well, we won't have to go to the Prairie State Tractor for this one, as I do have a couple spares in the Quonset hut. So we're gonna go grab that, and once we get those back on, we'll jump right back into it. And we've got that fixed. Oh, well, here's the neighbor.
Hey man, how you been getting along here?
We've been getting along pretty good. I had a couple cracked discs from a big rock, but I went to the Quonset hut and got the repairs. So, looking to get this field done. What do you have going on?
Not a whole lot. I've got all my tillage done, so
Oh,
not
well,
a whole lot right now.
if you've got your tillage done, since I helped you out on harvest, would you mind coming over here and helping me?
Sure. You know what? I'll bring the old 8300 over here and we'll get her knocked out for you.
All right, perfect. All right, we'll see you when you get back.
Yep, we'll see you. Hey man, where do you want me to get started at?
I'm gonna have you do this field over here that I was on, and then I'm gonna hop over here and we'll see if we can't get this knocked out.
Alrighty, we'll catch you in a little bit.
All right, we'll see you. Well, thank you for your help.
Yep, anytime.
Well, I'll go ahead and I'll see you sometime other then.
Yep, we'll see you.
Now that we've got our tillage done, I think we're gonna load up the gooseneck and see what we can get for these tractors. Hopefully we'll be able to upgrade and get something a lot better than what we have. The tractor is now pulled into the shed, and I think we're ready to load this other stuff up. The 4230 is now up on the gooseneck, and we're just gonna come over here and strap it down, and now we should be able to head to town. Like I said earlier, we're very rapidly outgrowing this Ford truck, and we're in a really good spot money-wise, and we're about to gain even more. So let's go ahead and unload this tractor. A lot of time has passed, and now the 4650 is down here as well. So we're sitting really good with money right now. And that means I need to make some phone calls, and we'll see what we buy. Well, everybody, it's been about 15 days since we last talked. And I can't lie, a lot has changed. As you can probably tell, we got a brand new truck, as well as a bunch of other new equipment. So we'll hop out of there. Alright everybody, this is gonna come as a huge shock, but today we part with the New Holland TR99. The money was right and a new combine came up for sale and we had to grab it, as well as a pretty used semi and a nice grain trailer. So Tristan sent out a guy to deliver the heads, and basically we need to pull this soybean head off, then he is gonna take the combine and get rid of it. So I know what people are thinking. William, how in the heck did you have this much money? Well, I'll tell you how. Corn was at an all-time high. We traded off 2 tractors and an entire combine, as well as a truck and the stock car. Now, if you can do any math at all, that's a lot of money we gained. So, things were right, and we pulled the trigger. We also have another surprise. And you guys are probably wondering, why is this Caterpillar out here? Well, with all the new stuff we have, we need to expand the farm. And what I mean by that is basically we need to come out here and put a new building up. Something that offers us a little bit of a shop as well, since we don't have much room to work in. But without further ado, let's go ahead, get in the New Holland, fire it up, and get this thing loaded up. So it's honestly crazy to think that just in 1 year we doubled, almost tripled our acres. We have a new combine, a semi, and just a bunch of other stuff going right for us. The co-op is also letting me stay part-time, so I don't have to buy any sprayers or anything, and I can just buy whatever I need. Ooh, I won't lie, this is a little sketchy. Now that the TR99 is loaded up, we'll go ahead and let that worker get on his way, and then we will start seeing how they're going to build the new shed. Well everybody, the big reveal is here. The construction guys finished up about 6 days ago, and when I turn this corner, you guys will see what is revealed. So, here's our new butler shed, and you'll be surprised to find what is inside. That's right, the combine and the semi. A farmer left town and had an auction, and I bought 2 more tractors. Starting us off is probably the coolest piece that I bought. It is a John Deere 4020, and I honestly just couldn't let this thing go. When we got rid of the other tractor, we now don't have an auger tractor, so this was perfect. And then for my favorite tractor we purchased, it's going to be this beautiful 8110. This thing is honestly low hours, and I just thought it would be a really good planter tractor, or if we want some more implements in the future that need higher horsepower, this tractor can get it done. Obviously, I haven't put the soybean head up yet. The corn head can go on that header cart, but this is just going to sit here for now. And then I believe we are going to keep the grain truck, but I think these Kilbro wagons probably need to go bye-bye. But it's the very end of November, and it's starting to get really cold outside, and we honestly have to get some things done. A local farmer called and said he had some wheat that needed some nitrogen on it, so I think we're going to go to the co-op and grab the new tractor, which everybody doesn't know about yet. So I actually am going to take my truck up there with the gooseneck because I actually have to get some seed for the upcoming season. We went ahead and put an order and it got filled early. But nonetheless, Jerry from work called in and said we got a brand new John Deere and said I was able to come down and use it. So we're going to see what all that is about, and then we'll get over to his field. I will say I'm absolutely loving this truck. I've used it a few times already to haul a couple of those pieces of equipment we picked up, and so far it is nothing but amazing. Word on the street is that Tristan is actually going to have an 8RX demo for his planter, so I'm thinking maybe we'll try a field out with that. I know we probably won't be able to afford it, but he doesn't have to know that. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the co-op. Alright, so we've hopped out of the 350. Looks like we've got our seed over here. We'll get that loaded up later, but nonetheless, let's go check out this new tractor. Wow, 8230, we got the back duals on it with the weights. This thing looks like an absolute powerhouse. I say we go ahead, jump on in here, and then hook up to an Anhydrous bar. Yeah, looking around in here, this thing is really nice. Man, this thing even has the USB so I can hook my phone up and jam out. Alright, let's go ahead and hook this up. We got that, drop the pin in, we'll connect our hoses, there they are. Now we have to do the insanely scary part, which is hooking up the tanks and then connecting all of the hoses. I say this is dangerous because if you inhale the fumes or do anything else, you can go blind and, or even worse, may die. Alrighty, the anhydrous is now filled up, bar is ready to go, it's inspected, and the tractor's ready. So I say we go ahead, head to the field, and knock this thing out. While we're coming down the road, I'm pretty sure the one they're saying we can do a demo on is right there. Which, I don't even know if I would know how to use that thing, but I think it'd be cool nonetheless. Alrighty, we've arrived here at the field. Everything looks good, and I think we're ready to roll. Done. So we're going to go ahead and raise the bar up, we're going to fold it up, and then head back to the co-op. So yeah, that field is completely done, and then I'm sure there'll be other fields that need anhydrous as we go along. So obviously we'll have to run into work when we get those requests and fill it in. You know, it's kind of sad going by the Prairie State Tractor and seeing my old equipment there, but I'm always happy for the growth, so can't complain too much. Alrighty, so we've pulled back in here. We're actually gonna leave the bar connected to the anhydrous tank as it is not empty, and I believe somebody called and said they might use it soon, so we're gonna go ahead, leave this out, and then we really gotta get our seed loaded up. That's shut off, and we're gonna run in here and get on the forklift. I'm thinking now maybe instead of bringing my own tractor up here and getting the small bar and a small anhydrous tank, I'm probably just gonna use the work when I'm not gonna lie. We can get through it a lot faster. Now, there is some cons as that might be a little big for a few of the fields we have, but nonetheless, I still think we can get it done in a timely fashion. Go ahead and open the door so we can get out after we get done. I'm really hoping we get to use this Adams tedder sometime soon because it's actually pretty sweet. But yeah, nonetheless, let's get in this little forklift and load these pallets up. Alright, so the seed is on there, and we pretty much just need to go put this back in the corner. This thing is very odd. I mean, it's literally battery ran, so it's not gas or anything like that. And yeah, so we're going to pretty much get everything strapped down. We're going to do a couple bills real fast, and then we are going to head back home. Alrighty, we just got done. All 3 of those pallets were about $40,000. I don't know if you guys know how much a bag of seed is these days, but a bag of Pioneer seed of corn is about $250 a bag, and it looks like we have about 42 on a pallet, so you do the math, and yeah, it gets pretty expensive. Nonetheless, we got it ratcheted down, so let's head on home. You know, I'm starting to think they're never going to get this road open. They've been working on this thing for about a year now, so there must be big additions coming. And we'll close that. I think we're going to do a little maintenance here, so we're going to grab our little 4020, start this thing up, let it warm up for a minute, and then we're going to go grab the wagons and see if we can't rearrange those. Alrighty, we've got this pulled out, and we're going to do some routine maintenance on these things, because like I said, I think we're going to get rid of them, so we're just going to check over them, make sure that they're in working condition. Wait a second. You know what I just completely forgot about? We could honestly detach these and use it as a seed tender. Or we could just borrow the one from work. I'd say we do that because I don't have the patience or time to get that crafty. Nonetheless, we're expecting a little rain here in a few days. We need to get the PJ pulled into the Quonset hut and just parked so nothing spoils. Alright, the F-350 is detached from the PJ. We're going to go ahead and close the Quonset hut doors, and then we're going to take a little drive. Go over here too and close these up as well. Alrighty, that's lowering and it should be fine, so let's just go do a little scouting. I honestly haven't heard from Clayton in a little while, so I think he said he was going out of town for quite some time. He said maybe his mom was getting a little sick and he just wanted to make sure she was okay. But nonetheless, we're just going to go check up on things for him, be a helpful neighbor because he's been so gracious to us. So we'll go down here and check over everything for him. Alright, here's his farm. We're just going to go over here and make sure that everything's locked up and ready to roll. You know, sometimes I wonder about this dude. Leaving your Quonset hut wide open? We'll just go ahead and close that for him. Looks like he finished up doing tillage as well since we helped him. And oh wow, he bought a Kenworth semi and a grain trailer. Which we already knew he kind of needed because the wagons were getting a little old. What's this? Looks like wow, he got a fuel trailer as well? I hope he's picking up ground, because if not, that's a little excessive in my opinion. Yeah, it looks like he's retired his wagons as they're just kind of over here parked. They're dirty. Like I said, he got rid of those, so he's moving forward. I guess he didn't take his truck. Maybe somebody came and picked him up. I won't worry about it too much. Let's go check to see if his house is locked. Hello? Hello? So yeah, he's not home. Wonder why he would leave all of this. He left a note. What does it say? I knew you couldn't resist sneaking in. Gotcha. Oh my goodness, Clayton. No wonder that man just left everything. He just knew I couldn't resist coming by and checking up. Well, I guess that's all part of the fun. Let's go ahead and get in this truck, head up the road, and see if the new farmer is there or not. Well, looks like he's not here either, but it does look like he has finished up planting his grass seed, maybe? I know he's got some hay stuff. Maybe he's going to get into hay for his cattle. Nonetheless, let's stop being nosy, head back, and check a few things over. Well, home sweet home. I don't think there's much left to do on the day if we're being completely honest. So I guess we can park our truck, head inside. And what does this say? Upcoming year not good yield? What? You're telling me I just bought all of that and the yield is supposed to be nothing this upcoming year? New diseases? Insect problems? Good lordy, I need to rest the rest of the day. Let's see here. Ooh, going over those train tracks isn't all that fun. Well, it's been a few weeks and the co-op actually called and have some breaking news. I guess since so many farmers requested it, they're actually gonna be doing custom tillage, which usually you don't hear of at all, but I guess our town is just different. So of course they ordered an all-new Kinsey Mock Till tillage tool, and I think I might be the first one to use it, or at least I hope so. But you're probably asking, William, what are you doing pulling a lawnmower? Well, honestly, you'll just have to stick around and see. Alright, so we're pulling into work. We're actually just gonna pull this out of the way. Doesn't have to be perfect. There. Yeah, I hope the boss doesn't come by and see that. That park job is awful. Huh, what in the name do they got going on over here? Oh, the forklift is on the boom. I wonder if it's got... Oh yeah, they're replacing that whole hydraulic system. Yeah, that's not good. Hope they have fun with that. Here it is. It looks like they actually got it started up. Let me go in the office and see if there's any paperwork. Alright, got this piece of paper. Come out here. So there's 2 fields that look like they need to be tilled up, and then I'm gonna build my own because my soybean field needs to be turned over, and what a good chance to get this done. Ooh, can we squeeze? Ooh, please be safe, please be safe. Oh, that would have been really bad. Alright, so we had our iPad, and we found our first place, so we're going to go ahead and head to the field. Alright, we've got it up on our iPad, and it looks like it's just right here. Wow, this is like the smallest field I've ever seen. Could they really not till this up themselves? Oh well, I get to use the new mock till, so I can't be too mad about it. Alright, everything is unfolded, everything looks 100% good, so I say we just go ahead and knock this field out. Oh no. Oh, crap. We're gonna have to fold this up and take it back to the co-op now. Holy crap, I don't know what they paid for this, but I just broke it completely. Oh, this can't be good. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call. Alright, so we're just driving as fast as we can because this is just not good. I got off the phone, and they legit said that the Haggy sprayer was my fault also, so I'm having a feeling that the boss is not going to be too happy with me, so we're trying to get this. We're just going to park it in here, and yeah, we're going to do something else, because I can't afford this heat today. Alright, we'll shut that, lock that. Alright, let's get out of here. Whew. I've broke a lot of stuff in my day, but that is just icing on the cake right there. Well, I'm glad we picked up a couple pieces of ground, because I don't know that the co-op's going to want us too much longer. Which, though, brings me to my next point, the mower. You might be asking, why do you even have a mower right now? Well, to be completely honest, I'm leasing it, and as you can see, you might have an idea why we have it. Alright, we'll get out of there and shut that off. Oh, wow. Yeah, they weren't kidding. This baseball field needs to be mowed, like, ASAP, because they have a game tomorrow, I believe. So, let's go up, get the mower, and get this field mowed for them. Alright, I've broken enough stuff today, and this is on lease. Let's get this off here. Alright, we're good. So let's go ahead and head to the field. Oh my god. I wasn't even... What am I gonna do? Look under... Oh no, let's raise the deck up. Oh, great. Oh, the bases. Oh, today is the worst day I have ever had. This thing is legit leased. I don't even, how am I gonna finish this? I mean, I can't cut this with anything else. Wait a minute. Let's go take this up to Tristan's, get it serviced, and then I have an idea. You know, nothing may be going my way today, but it might after this genius idea. You know what? I don't have time to sit around today, so I'm just gonna drop it there, and I'm gonna leave a message at the front desk, and then I'm getting out of here. Alright, Tristan said it would be good to leave there and they will get it fixed, but now I have a great idea. And we'll shut it there. Alright, we were doing some calibrations on the planner for upcoming season, but yeah, I have a great idea. We'll unhook all of these hydraulic hoses, put them down there. Alright, that's done. Let's unhitch it. Let's get up in here. You know what? Clayton mentioned something the other day, and he's not home, so I'm gonna see if it's true. Oh my god, look at the size of that mower. Why does he need that? You know what? He might be helping out the other neighbor. Let's see here. What if I were just to come back here and get it squared up? Alright, so we'll come back here and we'll do that. Then we'll get this on here. What if we just get in here, pick it up, fold it? Okay, fold it, yeah, it goes up. Alright, we'll just wait for that to go up. Make sure nobody sees us. Alrighty. Holy crap, as we're coming back, it looks like they finally got all that building up. Wow, they've done a spectacular job. Alright, so we're back to the school. I don't know if I should do this or not, but they said it has to get done, and they've already paid me. What am I gonna do? You know, honestly, before it's all said and done, they might run me out of this town. There's literally no other way to get into this field, is there? Let's see, how wide am I? Well, here goes nothing. You know, this might be the worst idea I've had in quite some time. Alright, everything is unfolded. We'll turn the blinkers off. I think we're ready to go.
Man, I always had stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. 'Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5. Happy with the simple life.
Alright, let's hop out of here. Yeah, this looks MLB level acceptable, right? Yeah. Now the infield. How are we going to get across here without leaving tracks? Just gotta cross right here, I guess. Okay, let's try this. Alright, let's see here. Where's our rake? Oh, here's rake. Alright, let's run out of here. Rake that up. Get that. Let's run over here. Rake that up. Alright. Can't really see. Other than the multi-inch deep. Oh, goodness. Let's get that. Okay, before I fold this up, let me jump up here and take a look. Oh, yeah, that, yeah, I can just see it now. Williams Farms. Future MLB turf manager. We gotta get out of here. Oh, what am I gonna do? Let's get in here. Let's fold this thing up. Come on, hurry. I hope nobody sees. Come on. We gotta get out of here. Let's go. Alright. Oh, no, this isn't good. Alright, nobody's coming. Let's run that. Alright, we have got to get back to my farm. Alright, we're back. We have no time to waste. Let's pull in here. Where are we gonna put this thing? Can't even worry about getting his mower back. Let's see here. Alright, we'll fit in there. Can we get up around in here? Alright, hurry. I don't think anybody saw me. Let's take this. Turn it left. We in? Alright. Alright, what are we gonna do? Let's come out here. Pull that. Take this. And we'll pull that. Alright, let's see here. Oh, in my truck. We gotta get my truck in. Alright, we're good now. We'll take that. Alright, we'll close that. We'll come here. Close that. Alright, we gotta get inside. We gotta run down here. Hurry. Whew, I can't believe I did all this. Let's open that up. Close that back. Close this front door. Alright, let's just go upstairs. Yeah. Just hide in here. Phew, it's the next day already. We should probably check emails. Huh, 2 new emails. Thank you, William, for your time at the co-op, but we have decided to let you go. Oh, that's not good. Let's see here, let's read more. Because you broke many things, were not honest, and just left the scene. Oh. Yeah. Oh, let's click on this. Yep, click on that second one, pull that up. Oh god. $3,000 fine for messing up the baseball field? Just bought all this equipment, I don't have that kind of money anymore. What am I gonna do?
Yeah, I always had stories about the city lights and the crazy nights. Figure I was trying to give it a try.
Oh, hey, what are you doing? I could have sworn I just heard somebody. Gosh, the floor's all wet. Well, never mind that. It's a new day and we've got stuff to do as usual. As usual, let's go check the good old email. Looks like we've got an email from Clayton. Nah, it's probably not, probably nothing. Let's just go out here and get working. So, I know I don't have a lot of fields, but we actually got everything planted. So I'm kind of sitting dead of the water. Don't really know what I need to do today, honestly. Maybe just kind of clean up the farm, because it's kind of a disaster around here. We went to a tractor show like 2 months ago and this thing is still on the PJ, so I'm thinking first things first, let's unload this. All right, let's unhitch this auger, get in my truck, and we'll hook it up. All right, out of the truck, we need to take off these load binders and things. Yeah, all right, the 4020 is ready to get up out of here, so we need here to start it up. Man, this tractor is absolutely beautiful. I really don't have a reason to have this tractor other than putting it on the auger, but anywho, it's a nice tractor. It has been restored, so it's pretty darn nice, and it's more so just a piece of eye candy. All right, now that we got that in here, good Lord, this John Deere's filthy. We gotta pressure wash this because this is ridiculous. Alrighty, we'll start with the disc first. Alright, the disc is done, so we'll come over to the tractor. Woo, that took a long time. As you can see, it is clean, but it's starting to show some good wear, so we'll have to keep our eye on this in the future. But anyways, let's go ahead and put this thing back in the shed. Oh wow, look at there. Here comes like the 1900 crop duster I have seen in my 2 years of being here already. Yeah, we just left stuff laying around, so we have got to get some of this stuff put up. Alright, let's back this up slowly. Try not to hit anything. Watch out for our gooseneck here. Start cutting the wheel. Can we do it? Can we do it? Oh, it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Ah, no, it's not. I think we can get it back up in here. Alright, let's keep going. Try not to hit anything. I think we got it. I think we got it. Alright, let's check our front. Oh, we can even actually pull up forward. Alright, everything that we can put up, we've put up. So now, you know, I need to check on Clayton. I haven't heard from him much other than when I delivered stuff for him. So we're gonna check up on him and see how he's doing with his planning. Honestly, I really hope he's actually home. He hasn't been home in a long time, and I kind of miss talking to the dude. Alright, we're getting close here, because it's just up over this hill. Let's see what in the name? No, that can't be right. Is that a prank or something? What is going on? What in the name is going on? He's got his trailer. What is all this stuff? Wait. Why is this set up like he's selling stuff? That doesn't make any sense. He's just recently moved in here. Wait a minute. Oh, we gotta get back home. We have got to get back home. I'm starting to think that email might have something important in it. Oh, no. My stomach just turned upside down. I'm not even kidding you. Oh, we gotta get home. I don't have a good feeling about that. Nobody just puts their equipment out like that without having an explanation. It doesn't even matter. Just leave that running. We gotta get in the house. Come on, hurry. There's no way. This can't be good. Hopefully nothing happened. I'm really hoping he's just cleaning equipment or something. Let's get in here and read. Alright, Clayton right there. Pull up the email. Dear William, over our stint of knowing each other for the past year, we have grown fond of each other and had many, many memories. It is with great remorse that I write you this email and provide the sad details that due to my family's health around here and other well-beings, I have decided to move home. With that being said, all of my equipment is being auctioned, and if you would like, you can go to the auction and buy some of my equipment that you tested out yourself. But that is not the only reason that I am writing you this email today. I know that you had mentioned at one point you didn't really honestly love it here. And that got me thinking, we have a lot in common, and I think you would love my hometown. There is lots of land for sale and great opportunity to flourish. I think if you would be interested, we can join teams and take over my hometown. Of course, that is a very tall glass to ever consider as you have just moved to and you are brand new. But I think we can put a lot more acres down and make a lot more smart farming decisions together. Please write me back and let me know what you think of this proposal. Until then, I will see you next time, and I'll be sure to visit. Oh my gosh. He's moving? You know how many good times we had together and all the help we've done? I mean, there's no way I can move. I just got here. But I'm also gonna lose my friend. I'm gonna have to go take a walk and clear my head.
Well, William, I'm glad you could join us out here. I'm glad you moved down here.
I'm not.
Why?
'Cause I had a bunch of new equipment I wanted to use, and unfortunately now, all I have is this Mac.
Hey, well, you got the Peterbilt too, so you should be happy.
Well, I hope I'm about to buy a lot of equipment with you, so we can actually farm. Hey, Clayton, are you on the CB?
Yep, I'm here.
Did you get lost?
No, I just took the long way for some reason.
Oh, I was about to say, 'cause I'm already at your farm, and you're nowhere to be found.
Woo-wee. You're here finally. Alright, you ready to go spend $3.5 million?
Yeah, that'll be pretty easy if it's new equipment. Alrighty, so here we are pulling up to the Prairie State Tractor. I know this is a huge change, but after a month or two we have moved and we are farming with Clayton now. But let's see what this is all about compared to the one back in Iowa.
What took you so long?
Oh, well, you know, I was getting in the truck and I smelled something real foul. I don't really know what that was. There must be a farmer behind our farm or something. I don't know if we'll ever run into him, but it smells awful.
Oh yeah, I kind of got a whiff of that earlier.
We need to look at
Anyway,
equipment.
what is on the list? We need something.
Well, I mean, planting season, we need a planter first off and a tractor. I think that'd be highest priority right now.
What you think we should run? Should we run a big boy planter, a little boy planter, or about mid-sized planter?
I'd say we can go mid-size first.
Anyway, we need a planter tractor now, like something down here. Alrighty, well, I think the 8R is a little bit out of our price range, you know.
Just a little bit, but I don't know. I think we could.
I think I saw an 8RT over there just pulling in. It's an 8345 RT. I mean, it's not bad. This could be a heck of a planter tractor.
Oh man, dude, if this thing had saddle tanks on it, I don't know. I like this.
Yeah, this could be a planter tractor.
How's it going?
How's it good? How are you?
Going pretty good. I'm looking for something. Y'all may be able to help me.
Alrighty.
Okay.
I'm looking for a satellite farm that belonged to a really old man and a normal farm that belonged to a really old man.
Okay.
I think if you just keep going on straight down that road, it should be down there. I think there's an opening, there's a big house there, and you keep going up a little more, then there's a road that leads into the farm there.
Sorry for his long explanation. What you're looking for is 1193 West, 400 South. I think that'll get you there.
Okay. What about the satellite farm?
The satellite farm, I think if I remember
Is it
correctly.
the hog barns right behind us?
I think, yeah, he said something about his hog barns on the back.
Does it have a big bin set up with it too?
I don't know. I ain't ever been here, to be honest with you.
Well,
Well,
It-
I think
yeah.
that might be.
Well, sorry about the smell.
yeah,
Well,
it's
a little strong nowadays.
it's pretty bad.
All right,
Yeah.
well, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Glad to meet
Yep.
y'all. Name's
Alright.
Nathan.
Yep. Nice
William?
to meet you.
William. Clayton. Y'all have yourselves a good one. I'm going to head on out of here.
All right, we'll see you.
Alrighty, we'll see you, man. Oh, well, that seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, he seemed pretty nice. Maybe we can, you know, catch up with him sometime. It's getting late though. We've got all of our equipment put up. I think I'm gonna go ahead and head home.
Yeah, me too. I'm getting tired.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see ya.
Investing our money from Iowa paid off, so we decided to leave and move to the great state of Missouri. With help from friends, will we succeed or fail trying? Find out in today's episode. Alright, let's get out of here. We just got our lunch for the day. And now it is time to get up in this beautiful 9510R and plant this field with some corn. I believe Clayton said he had a few things to do. He might actually be up at Prairie State trying to check something, but nonetheless, we're going to go in here and start planting. Alright, we're finally done with that field. Good lord, that feels like it took absolutely forever to finish. But I actually got word that there is a new co-op in town, so I think we're gonna go up and check that out. Alright, well, here we are at the co-op. I think we enter here. The door's open. Somebody must be in. Let's go check around. Hello?
Hey, how's it going, sir?
Good, how are you?
Good. Come on inside. Come on inside.
Alrighty.
Sorry, we're working in the dark. We just got this place built. We're trying to get everything moved in. A little bit of an empty shelf right now, but hey, hopefully not for long.
Yeah, it looks real
How can we help
nice.
you?
I actually need some seed. We're just right down the road, and I just realized we actually didn't order seed. The old company basically went out of business.
Oh, I remember you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're the guy who stopped by and asked for directions.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll be able to take care of you easily. I just want to show you this, though, because you got to take a look at this. Look at this view of everything.
Oh, wow. That's beautiful.
Exactly. All right, let's go take a look and see what we got. Do you know what kind of seeds you're wanting to plant?
Pioneer decab, you got any kind of that stuff?
Right now, we only have tubs of Pioneer.
Oh, that is fine. That'll work perfect.
We're also very limited on what we have for Pioneer as well, and what we have overall.
Okay.
Because a lot of people just bought us out. When we put the orders in, we only bought most likely what people needed, not a whole lot of extra.
Okay, well, we'll go see what you have, and we'll probably buy it all up, so.
All right, first thing we got to figure out what type of box you want to take. I mean, you got these old classic ones down here, but I do recommend these right here. They're cheaper, and they're just easier to run.
Ooh, then I'll probably take those. I've never used one of those before. We usually run this seed runner right here, this Umberfirth, but I've never used the Meridian before.
Alright, do you want to go and get your truck and hook up to one of these, and I go ahead and pull the seed boxes out?
Yes, sir.
Once you get that, pull it up right here. Back it right in here, and we'll get it loaded up.
Okay.
I'm going to go ahead and let this take the reserve.
Alrighty.
Alright, since this is an empty box, we're just going to simply set it down right there. Alright, this should be the last box.
Alrighty.
Alright, hey, do me a favor though.
Yeah.
Don't just throw these boxes wherever once they're empty. Please bring them back.
Okay.
You get credits if you bring them back.
Alright, we'll do.
Alright, sir, that'll be $2,000 paid to the co-op.
Alright, I can write you, get you a check written up.
Alright, go ahead and get that written up and send the funds over. You should be good with that right there. Whenever you need more seed, just let us know. Or if you have to, all you gotta do is just switch out the boxes. Put your old boxes inside of here, of course.
Okay.
And then your new boxes are right here. We've only got 4 more boxes.
Okay.
So try not to let too much happen, and try to use the least amount you can.
I'll try. Well, that was easy enough. I mean, it's great that we have a brand new co-op because I'm not gonna lie, I heard that the guys were pretty rough at the last co-op. I only caught a little bit of them. Like I said, we just recently moved here. But anyways, it's nice that Nate is working down there because he's our new neighbor, and I think we will be able to do a lot of business with him. Now, like he said, let's not use all of his seed because he is running low, and of course we did not think to order any, so we don't have that many fields left. Like I said, we just got started planting, but I'm rolling on along, and I think it'll all be good. Home sweet home. I think he might have actually gone on a day trip hunting or something. I don't know. And like usual, of course, he leaves all the work to me. It seems like I was always doing all of his work for his farm when I helped out, but, you know, whatever. He's providing a lot of funds, so I can't complain too much. Alright, so we've got our tablet up here. We just planted field 49, so I think we're going to go over hit 51 and 50, maybe try to knock out 62, 63, and 64. I think we're going to put those all in corn, and then we'll do some of our further away fields in soybeans. So let's go ahead, get on the road, and get planting. Ah, crap. Oh, is our seed meter broken on this already? Dude, this happens all the time to me. I don't have the seed tender, so I'm going to have to hike all the way up here, leave this here, and then I'm going to have to fill it up. Oh, good lord, we got that shut off. Was right, I used both of those, so I'm sorry, but I'm probably going to have to go back and use all the seed. Oh, come through here. Good lord, I'm itchy. What is that? Is that a deer? Alright, this is now filled up. We filled it up real fast, and we should be good to complete this field out. Alright, we're done with that field. I am going to leave this running. I don't really feel like there's a need to turn it off because we actually have to go and drop off these Pioneer boxes up at the co-op. I kind of want to look around too, see what they got in their inventory, but nonetheless, we're going to go do that, and then we'll come back and probably grab another field. Alright, we'll leave that running. I came in here and dropped this off. I don't know what their policy is about unloading with their fork truck, so I'm just going to leave that there out of sake of it might get him in trouble. Nonetheless, I do want to come over here and just kind of look around. So, like he said, they do have the Meridian Titan 2XT. This is what you put your pro boxes on. And then they have the good old seed runners. I actually like these a little bit better, but Nate convinced me to try the other one, and it was cheaper. Looks like they have a couple options for fertilize, spreading, lime, dry granules, a couple other things. And then, of course, we have some very nice John Deere 4730s to get our burn down and other various things on. And then coming over here, it even looks like we have Anhydrous and toolbars if we need them. We have a scale, so when we take our grain here, which is I think we're going to make a deal with him, get some contracts, and we'll do some grain hauling here. We'll weigh in there. And look, they got this beautiful AGI setup, and here's where we dump our grain. I think this is going to work out really nice. But honestly, I think that I'm going to call it stopping point there. We did 2 massive fields today, and I'm getting pretty tired. I'm going to give Nate a little ring, see if he wants to come over and maybe eat something with me, since everybody else is out of town. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and head back. Oh, it's bumpy. It's so... God. As if this day couldn't get any worse. We just had our Pioneer seed just fall all over the highway or the road, and we just got kicked off of Clayton's farm. I mean, this is just terrible. Oh, I don't know how these things didn't bust open. I guess that's why they call Pioneer the best seed brand in the world. Alright, here's our second bag. Gosh, these things are heavy. Carry this. I like how I'm just kind of parked out in the middle of the road. Hopefully nobody meets me around here. Alright, we got that all picked up. Now you're probably wondering what happened between me and Clayton. Well, he stole a bunch of my money, and I caught him in the act. He was spending it all at the casino, so we went ahead and bought a farm that was for sale a few miles down the road, and it was a guy who was retiring. He had a few pieces of equipment and not much left, but I think we can make it work. So, quick little farm tour. We did purchase a Silverado kind of to get around, since Clayton decided to just keep all of our equipment. Don't really know how that's going to work when the court dates come up. He does have an old John Deere A. It looks like we have an old Mack grain truck. This will be nice because it just came with one piece of land, so we won't have a whole lot of grain that comes off this. We come over here, he has a 2388. It doesn't have the extension hopper or anything, but it did come with an 8-row corn head. The soybean head was trashed and not salvageable, so we went ahead and took that away. We've got a nice 7810 here. It looks like it's not singles, it's got the duals and everything. We come up here, we did test this out. It looks like it's an 8-row Kinsey. It's a 3140. This thing has the extended hoppers on it, so it can hold more seed. It planted well. Everything was maintenanced right before he got rid of this farm, so it's in good working condition. And then today our biggest chore is going to be working this ground with our 7800 John Deere hooked up to this disc that we got. This is in mint condition. This field's actually pretty big for us, so I think we'll be able to get by this year. And now it looks like we have a ripper. I think it's a 5-tooth ripper. I think this will be good if we want to create some new ground, because there is an open grass lot right up here, and I think maybe we can do that too. We can maybe make that a little field. And then if we come over here, we did purchase a small trailer. He had a header trailer laying around. I think we'll be able to salvage that. And then an old plow. I'm not too sure if this still works or anything, but we'll have to check and see. Anyways, we're going to go ahead, climb up into this 7800 because we can't sit around and pout all day as much as I would like to. We need to get to work because it is May 1st and we do not have a single seed in the ground. So let's go ahead and get into it. got the last of that. So now our field is completely done. We've got it all disced up. The weeds are completely gone. We'll still probably have to run by the co-op and rent a sprayer because, yeah, there's going to be some pretty bad weed pressure just from disking them under. Anywho, we need to go ahead, get the other tractor, get our planter, and start planting away. Alright, climbing down from that 7,800, yeah, we got the other tractor hooked up and ready to go. We did fill this up. We have the extended hopper, so we're going to be able to plant a lot more, and we've got a few bags in the Silverado, so we're going to go ahead, pull the Silverado out to the edge of the field, and then we'll hop in the planter and get planting. So while I'm walking back, I'm doing some thinking. I don't see the benefit of actually turning this into a field over here. I don't think it's going to yield great, and plus we don't want the runoff to affect the building. So I think we're just going to keep it in grass. Maybe one day we'll look at converting it, but probably we'll just end up buying more ground. Alright, so we're in the 7810, and man, this thing is just an absolute powerhouse. I love this tractor. I'm so glad we were able to purchase it, and we're going to see what it does for this first season. Well, I just got this beep and flashing button over here, which leads me to believe that, oh yeah, we're super low on corn. This is actually really good because I just got off the phone with Nate, and he said he had a little bit of seed for me to pick up. I didn't have near as much as I thought I would, and especially what I need, because this field is honestly pretty darn big. So we're going to go ahead, go to the co-op, pick that up, and then we'll resume planning. Looks like Clayton's having an awful hard time doing stuff by himself, considering his truck is over there and the planter is back at the main shop. So I don't know if he's having somebody shuttle him or if he's walking by foot, but he's got to be having trouble getting along by himself. Well, here we are back at the farm. We got this thing farm out, ready to go. Let's go ahead and see if we can fill this thing. And that's the last of those. So we got everything filled up, and it looks like we still have a little bit more in here. So hopefully we can get this field knocked out, and I'll meet you guys back when we finish this field up.
Man, I always had stories about the city life and the crazy nights. Figure I should probably give it a try. Maybe check it out, see what it's all about. But the traffic was fast and the money was slow. The people I met you never get to know. I kinda miss this place I used to live back home. Cause up here it's breakneck, paycheck, rat race, what's next? I'm tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knows my name. My friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, and you can keep your 9 to 5, happy with the simple life. Yeah, I ain't here to try to change your mind, trying to save your time. In case you're thinking about breaking out the bucket list, girl, you can skip this funny business. Cause up there it's complicated and overrated. Down here everything is understated. That's alright by me. I got everything that I need, but there simple life. Tired of feeling like a small fish in a big pond. I think I'll go back where I came from, where everybody knew my name, and all my friends are still the same. I guess the slow life hit me just right, like a bonfire on a cold night. Hell, you can keep your 9 to 5, 'cause I'm happy with the simple life. Oh Lord, you can keep your 9 to 5.
And we are done. Phew. Finally, that was our last pass of corn. Thank the Lord that seed tender had enough in it, because I did not want to go back at all. So now we're going to go ahead, back this thing up into the shed, and then we will just go ahead and probably end our day there. It's been a long day, and there is a ball game that is about to come on. Alright, so now that the 7810 is in there, I think we just kind of need to clean up real fast, and then we will head home for the day. Alright, everything is in the shop, so we'll go ahead. Alright, so we're pulling that, close that. Oh, okay. So that is done, and yeah, all that's left now is we'll just go ahead and drop this right here, and then we're going to head home for the evening. Hey, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Well, it's May 2nd, and our corn is growing faster than ever. We priced co-op prices, and Nate's deals were just a little bit high for what we'd like, and in the long run, I want to be able to put it on myself anyways instead of having to borrow equipment. So we're going to start off with this Schaefer. We're going to go ahead, run that thing down to the farm, hook it up to the tractor, and then we're going to run and pick a tote up to put in the back of the truck. So now that we're solo farming, it is a lot more laid back. Like I said, I don't have near the ground, and as you can see in the top right hand corner, I've got a lot of money. So if this thing keeps going good, we can either expand, or heck, we might even be able to retire. Nonetheless though, I've been hearing some whereabouts that Clayton is actually thinking about moving back home or retiring, so we'll have to see what he says in the, coming months. Alright, so I'm thinking the 7800 is going to be a perfect fit for this. It's got a little bit narrow front tires. We don't want to run over the corn, but nonetheless, we can go ahead and come out here, kind of look at all the corn. It's coming up really, really good. I'd say most of it came up, probably about 90% of it, which is a lot more than typical. So we're going to go ahead, head down to the co-op, and get what we need. This might be the sketchiest thing I've ever done. We definitely have to take corners slow because this truck is liable just to flip over with this 528 gallons of Corteva herbicide. Alright, we've now got everything mixed. That took a long time to get the water pumped in, and then we had to go get a diverter to put all of the liquid herbicide in, but we got that. We did run the tote back, and I think now all that's left is to go ahead, hop in this field, and get it all sprayed.
Well, when I woke up, she was looking at me. She told me I've been cheating on her in her dream. Lord, it wasn't a thing I could do or say to change her mind in any way. She told me things was gonna change. If I wanted her, I couldn't stay the same. So I stopped going out on Friday nights. I stopped drinking with the boys. Yeah, everything she asked, I left in the past just to try to bring her joy. For the record, it can't be understated. All I've been domesticated. She told me top off her Jeep, the one I bought her when I sold my old GT. And I bumped in to my good friend.
Well, that is finally done. We have our field sprayed with herbicide. We did have the co-op come by a little bit ago and put starter down right after we planted. So right now our crop is off to a wonderful start. We just need to keep these rains away and keep everything else away, and I think we're going to be sitting pretty good for a pretty darn good yield for harvest. Alright, now that we've got all the spraying done we need to get done for today, I'm gonna do something a little mischievous and you guys are gonna come along with me. Now what in the name is this? Who's just parked their truck? Is anybody down here? What in the world? Are they camping? Somebody camping down there? Alright, yeah, I'm not even gonna ask questions. Okay, so what I'm thinking is if Clayton is truly out of town or gone right now, I'm thinking we can come up the backside maybe and take up a piece of equipment that I really need to borrow. And when I mean borrow, I mean keep until he finds out. Oh yeah, nobody's here at all. So all we're gonna do is unattach this 7700 and we're gonna borrow, wink wink, borrow this Batwing. Alright, so we've got this thing all hooked up and I think we are ready to go home, take this, and get some mowing done. Oh boy, is he going to be madder than hell when he finds out I've stolen some of his stuff. Alright, and here we are. We are back at the home farm. We didn't get caught. Nobody, I don't think anybody saw us, but we'll just have to find out, because I really got to get all this mowed, because this is ridiculously tall. Alright, here we are with the setup of the beautiful 7810 on Clayton's Batwing, which I guess you could kind of think it of, you know, my Batwing? There's still a whole lot of legal battle stuff we got to do, because I think technically I get like half the equipment or something, but that's another story for another day. Anywho, we're going to start off by mowing all of this because this is ridiculously tall, and then I think we will finish the day off by going across the cornfield over here and mowing that as well. Alright, well, we are done with both those grass ways. Look at this. It's beautiful. It's ready to go for, I don't know, growing more grass, I guess? But anyways, it was looking rough around here, and it needed to get mowed before it got out of control and started growing trees and stuff. As far as our implement goes on the back, I think I'm gonna do this little trick right here. Don't recommend doing this. Don't ever take anybody's stuff without asking them. But technically, since it's mine, we are just going to hide it on the side of this house because Clayton, I don't even think he knows where our new farm is. Alright, so there it is. It's kind of hidden in the bushes. You can't really see it from any which way. I mean, I guess if I wanted to, I could back it up in here, but I don't want to hit trees and limbs. Still want it in nice conditions, but anyways, I think we are going to go home for the day. We got a lot done after I put this tractor in the shed, of course. Don't want to leave it out and running. But anywho, I think we're good for the day, and we'll probably meet you guys back here when corn is about ready to harvest. Well, everybody, here we are back at the beautiful little farm we have, and if you look behind me and notice me, it is time to harvest. Now, I know it's October, probably should have been at it, but corn was just a little too moist for me. I don't think it would have gone down very well, so anywho, we need to go ahead, get in this combine, do some inrows, just open it up, and we'll see how this harvest goes. I'm a little skeptical, but we'll see. Alright, climbing down from the combine, checking everything over, and I'm just not seeing a whole lot of kernels. That's always a great sign. I'm not gonna lie, corn is dry as a bone, so we're gonna go ahead and pull out our grain truck. We're gonna have to make a lot of trips, but I do have a surprise for y'all, which y'all will see in the snap of a finger. So you're probably wondering, why am I in a tractor when all we have is one grain trailer and a combine? Well, a neighbor did let me borrow something, and I'm super excited. We've never gotten to use one of these solo yet, and here it is, the beautiful J&M grain cart. You know, I'm not too sure that this spout's gonna fit in this, but we're gonna give it a go anyways, and I think this is a perfect match for this tractor too, so we're just gonna test it out, I guess. Now that we got the tractor in the grain cart though, it is time to hop in to the combine and go at this field.
Likely the light of mine will burn out in the mountains where I spend my rambling years. I paid my sins from the poor traveling days. Oh Lord, please, can you hear my prayers? So I rode my body up the mountain to a place where I can sit my rocking chair.
So here we are unloading our first full bin. We unloaded what we had when we cut off these inrows, and bushels right now are absolutely insane. We're literally sitting at 250 bushel corn, and for this ground that's hardly impossible. I know that's not anything amazing on other ground, but for the price I paid for this ground and what they said it got, this is insane. Well, I hopped out of the combine, and the grain cart monitor over here shows that it is full, so we are going to pull up next to this thing, swing the auger out, and see how full we can get our truck. There we go. That is now unloaded. We're gonna take a little bit of a walk back over to the combine. I'm starting to realize the grain truck we bought is a little small. I might go do another little devious act here, honestly, because we're gonna be making probably 12 to 15 runs with this thing, and I don't have the time to do that. I know I only have one field, but I got other priorities now. And, yeah, so I think we're gonna hop in the truck real fast and, see what we can do. Well, I did it again. Not only do we have the Batwing, but, we've got my old semi, which, technically, if you want to get real technical, this is still in my possession. So, yeah, technically this isn't wrong. The grain trailer's split, but this is my truck. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But anywho, now we have an actual semi out here, and we shouldn't have near the amount of problems. And plus, the mower is old anyway, so I don't think he'd care, right? Maybe? I don't know. When I got over there, he hadn't even started harvest either, and it's, you know, October, so I don't know. We'll jump back into harvest. We just got back, we grabbed some lunch, and you will not believe. I have a little surprise for you guys, but I didn't think it would come this season at all. The reveal is here. Look at this demo, man. This is insane. I had this set up for when me and Clayton were farming together, and it just so happens they delivered it to me because I'm the one who signed up for it. It's a 2022 S790, and this thing is awesome. So I feel bad for the 2388, but it's just gonna have to sit here and move over because the big boss is here. I just gotta get out of this thing while it's running. This is a 16 row head. It's got the stalk masters on it. I mean, this thing is nuts. The tracks on this is beautiful. We are about to fly through this field. I'm sure we're gonna have to run once or twice. We haven't filled any of the truck up yet, but man, this is gonna be insane. The J&M is now full again. We're going to run our 7810, finish off the small truck, and then we'll start on our actual grain trailer. climbing out of that 790. Everything is full now. I mean, we literally have both grain trucks full. The day is already starting to get later in the day, and we have just a little bit left. But the bad news is it sounds like there's a really bad storm coming. So we're going to go ahead and move all this stuff to the front of the field, and we'll close all the grain trucks up, go home for the evening, and just really hope that nothing hits us. Oh, so the next day already, and it looks like it didn't even do anything. I don't know. Forecasters were way wrong on this one. Well, I'm definitely not going to use the 2388. I'm sorry to everybody who loves this combine, but this big one over here is just too darn good. Another thing, though, we didn't haul in grain, so the first thing we got to do today is haul in this load of grain with, my truck and maybe Clayton's grain trailer? I don't know. Who cares? Most of the field should be done, so we shouldn't have but probably 40 minutes to an hour left, I would think. I hope we don't have much more, because I'm pretty tired, and we got quite a bit of routine maintenance to do around here. Okay, one thing I've seriously learned over my stint of driving this truck just to Nate's place up here at the co-op is, yeah, this thing is way too underpowered for this mower. It is absolutely insane, but here we are. We have to go ahead and scale in, and then we'll unload and scale out. Okay, so we've scaled in at 51,662.5, and now we'll get in the truck and drive up and unload our corn. We're finally back at the farm, and we're pulling up our grain truck to the side of the field, because surely all this corn will fit in one load. If it doesn't, we'll have to run the other truck up there. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead, grab the combine, and get into it. Alright, we've grabbed our combine. We're going to go ahead, come over here, set our auto steer. We made sure everything looked good this morning, checked over all the belts and all the connections and whatnot, but I think we'll pretty much be able to put this thing down and turn her on and get right into it.
I go straight from the bank, gassing up the tank, cranking up the radio, playing old Hank. It ain't that long till I'm back at the farm. I'm pulling up the truck down at the dock. It's time to do some cruising, baby, get a little stuck. It's a Saturday joyride, Percy Beast is the spot. We're on a boat, we're feeling fine, drinking Tennessee whiskey, a big blue sky. We're going up, we're coming down. There's a party on the water, it's a hell of a time. We're on a boat, we're killing time, in our own honky tonk with a bottle of wine. We're going
And here we go. That is the last corn of the year and the only field we have. Like I said, maybe here in the future we will buy some more fields, but we also have a lot of things to talk over, so we'll just see what happens. Well, I'm out letting this thing unload, and we do have to go grab the grain cart because it's still full, and the other truck is full as well, so we'll go grab the grain cart after this, load this mower up, and we'll go from there. And I do have to give a huge shout out to Midwest for letting us grab this combine and demo it out. I mean, he came through, he got everything we wanted and how we got it last year. But yeah, big shout out to him because this thing was absolutely awesome. Alright, so the John Deere S790 is parked up at the front of the field. They said they would come by and get it, but nonetheless, we do have to unload everything, so that's what we're going to do now. Alright, so now that's unloaded, we've come and dropped the J&M grain cart up front too. The neighbor is also going to pick that up. I feel like we've just been super blessed this season with all the help we've had having to solo start our farm, and everybody's helped pitch in. But nonetheless, we're going to go start putting stuff in the shed, and we'll probably need to haul off another load of grain. Alright, we'll see ya. Oh, haven't caught you guys in, good lord, a long time. So today, we actually, as you can tell, we're at a new house and we got a new truck. But that's not gonna excite you for what is about to come. I think the best thing I ever spent my money on was definitely this house. The kids love it, the wife loves it. It's just absolutely amazing. So a lot of things came up and the price was right, and big auction company out from Iowa came and they wanted to auction all my equipment off. Well, here we are in the big reveal that you have all been waiting for. I bet you can already tell what's going on. So, like I said, the price came up and a company wants to auction all this equipment off and buy the ground, so the price was right and farming was just, I don't know, it's not the love I had for it when we were back in Iowa, is just not there, so I decided to get out of it. What they paid me for the land, and I bought the brand new house and everything, and it came with a bunch of land, and I think it's just time to say goodbye. I mean, we have to say goodbye to the 7810 and one of our favorite tractors of all time, the 7800, and even the Max Semi. I mean, it's just crazy. We've had so many memories, not only here, but in Iowa as well, and I don't know, I wish Clayton all the luck. I haven't talked to him in over a year, actually, but you know, things gotta come to an end, and this ending is a very happy one. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is the end of a series. This has been a long going one. We have gone clear from Tahiti County, Iowa, when I started with about 500 just subscribers, to now we're at about 2,300. I can't thank each and every single one of you enough. We've been able to accomplish so much, and truthfully, we're just getting started. So go ahead and stick around for more videos because we have a lot in the works. We have a new recording group coming up, and we got more videos with all your favorites. So stick around, and we'll catch you later.